Chippewa hockey is on CCHN.
Oh my goodness!
The place to watch men's Division III.
Here's Connor Morgan out in front for Porzundek. He scores!
And women's Division II.
Burnett's gonna get a shot and goal, and she scores!
Every shift, every goal, every game.
Central Michigan has turned the corner.
All in one place. CCHN, your home for Chippewa hockey.
The tough month that is December continues for Central Michigan, as in this time it's the #1 team in the nation as they've made the hour-and-a-half trip to Granville to take on the Grand Valley State Lakers. Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the broadcast booth. My name is Reagan Cleaves, alongside my broadcast partner, Devin Sarah. We are happy to have you along as the Central Michigan Chippewas take on the Grand Valley State Lakers for Central Michigan's second straight top 2 matchup in this month. Well, last weekend, Devin, was the road trip down to Florida, and things started well for CMU. They got the first goal of the weekend, but it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, their vacation wasn't as planned. Like many don't go as planned, but you know what? It's an opportunity to bounce back for them today. You said it, 6-1 and 10-1 losses. It's a sour taste in your mouth, and every single player on this roster, from what I've talked to, does not want to let that represent what they are as a team. They get an opportunity to play one of their MCHC foes here and rebound, and that's all you can think about it. That's the only way you can move on from something like that, and they're hoping to do that from Griff's Georgetown tonight.
Yeah, and this only the second series these two teams have played since the 2020 COVID break, and it was the season of that COVID break that Central Michigan knocked out the Lakers of what would hopefully have been the 2020 national tournament in a thrilling regional final. Central Michigan eked out a 1-goal win in that March of 2020. Taking a look at the standings for Central Michigan, they sit still second in the MCHC East, 6 points behind the leading Lawrence Tech Blue Devils, who sit at 7-0-0-1. The only point that they have conceded this season, Devin, has been to Central Michigan.
Yeah, they're coming off a big weekend sweep of Oakland University, and that really put them at the top of the MCHC ranks and put the country on notice.
Yeah, and you mentioned that Oakland team, who's number 10 in the nation. They sit 6th in the MCHC East with a record of 2-2 after that sweep at the hands of Lawrence Tech. A couple other teams in the mix. Michigan sits at number 3 in the conference at 4-0. Saginaw Valley likewise tied with the Wolverines at 4-0, both with 8 points. Northwood 3-5 in their first season back, and their only season in Division III post-COVID that they will play. They are moving up to the Division I level next year, along with Saginaw Valley State, as a matter of fact. But then Michigan, Flint, and Adrian bring up the rear. This is really a top-heavy conference, but Devin, not as top-heavy as the one that the Lakers play in.
Not necessarily. I mean, you look at the ranks of Hope College being on that side of things, and how about Michigan State, the up-and-coming story of this year? You know, last year it was SVSU, the year before it was Lawrence Tech, and this year they've got really the best chemistry of a group. They've only lost 1 game this season, so yeah, Hope, Grand Valley, and Michigan State all vying for that top spot in the MCHC West.
Yeah, this Grand Valley team, the #1 team in the nation, comes in undefeated, sitting at 12-0. We'll take a little bit more of an in-depth look later on here in the pregame show. A couple of games in action tonight for the MCHC East. Michigan is taking on Ferris State. That game started about an hour ago. We don't have a score update for you on that one. Later on tonight, Michigan Flint visits the number 10 Oakland Golden Grizzlies at 8:30, and Northwood is on the road at Davenport at Patterson Ice Center starting at 8:30. I believe you can watch that one on Flow Sports. So that's a look at the standings. We'll step aside. Stay with us. Closer look at the two teams awaits us on the other side. You're watching CMU D3 Club Hockey on CCHN. Welcome back here inside Griff's Georgetown. Central Michigan set to take on the number one team in the nation in the Grand Valley State Lakers. Reagan Cleaves, Devin Sarah inside the broadcast booth, radio ringside. And we do apologize for the stream that's going to lag throughout the night. The Wi-Fi situation, the connection is rather awful here at Griff's Georgetown, so it's going to continue throughout the rest of the night. We apologize in advance, but we will get a recording up as right after the game concludes, which should be relatively a good quality video stream. Taking a look at the two teams down on the ice tonight, Central Michigan comes into tonight with a record of 6-7, 2-1, 21 points on the campaign, sits second in the MCHC East. And Devin, that's really the virtue of them having played the most games aside from Adrian in the division.
Yeah, they've had that split series against U of M Flint that helped them to that record. And for this crew, that's a little bit of the silver lining with what's been happening to them. You know, we talked about the 6-1 and 10-1 loss at the Florida Gulf Coast that left a bad taste. But you can wipe that clean because it was an out-of-conference game. These are the games that matter the most for them, and you have to jockey for spots as we get closer to tournament time where the seeding is really important come that first round.
Yeah, that seeding is incredibly important, and for Central Michigan, this is the fourth of 4 games on the road here in a 4-game stretch. They are 1-2. They started with a great win on the road at Adrian, but those 2 games against Florida Gulf Coast really cost them. They're 3-4-2 in their last 10, and Devin, as of late, the penalties have killed them.
Yeah, I mean, Florida had 7 power plays on them, and 4 of those came in that game, or 5 came in that game number 1 when they allowed a hat trick. So you look at the way that they've structured, look, we've sounded like a broken record all year. They've racked up a lot of penalty minutes. They've struggled to keep themselves from taking those roughings and those trips and all of the little stuff that you can avoid, right? The way that, you know, we'll have an interview coming up here with Brendan Martin that they've talked about is playing back to their roles. And how do you be more disciplined? Well, you play with the puck on your stick and you don't chase around as much. How do you do that? Well, you get more into a system, and the trickle-down effect goes from there. So if they can start with their own systems, they can play with their own roles, the rest will take care of itself because, let's be honest, the officiating hasn't always been great in these games either. So you look at the mix of staying out of the box by being more disciplined, a.k.a. playing to your role, everything will take care of itself.
Yeah, and that's the tough part. Central Michigan does not have a win when they have allowed a power play goal in 8 games. When they have allowed a power play goal, they are 0-6, 1-1. On the other side of the ice, the Grand Valley State Lakers, 12-0, number 1 in the country, 3rd in the MCHC West. They have a record of 4-0. They sit behind Calvin and Michigan State, who have 12 points and 10 points respectively. But they have a prolific offense, Devin. They have 5 games this season with 10 or more goals, their most coming 14-1 in that win against Miami to start the year.
They have 8 players on this roster. The top 8 skaters all average a point per game or better, and they've played a lot of the roster. Some of the guys that you're going to hear tonight are some of the guys that have scored against the Chippewas and been what you like to say killers for them. Justin Chevalier, 12 games this year, 10 goals, 10 assists. The likes of Chris Dundas are back on this team. Sam Gomo, Sam Molin. These guys have been around this program and have been consistently putting up points for them. So it's not just their top line. It's not just the brothers that we'll get to. It is a full roster that can score on you at all positions. And it's going to be a real test for this crew to see how they can match up and get some mismatches there.
Yeah, and it was Justin Chevalier, Devin, who you mentioned, that got the overtime winner against Central Michigan a year ago on December 10th in the 4-3 overtime win for GVSU back at Martin. Series history, Grand Valley holds the edge 7-6-1-3, their all-time record against the Chippewas. They split last year's series 4-3. Grand Valley won in overtime, as we mentioned, and Central Michigan got the win the next night, 6-3, the final in that one. And since that Division III regional game where Central Michigan won 3-2 back in 2020, Devin, CMU has 2 out of the last 3.
Well, they've played good against this Grand Valley team because they know each other so well. Brendan Martin is the head coach of this team. Remember, last year he made his debut as a head coach against this team and came away with a 4-3 overtime loss, the 6-4 dub. They led in both of those games, and it looked like a completely new team at the time. The story was, how would they get into the national tournament not being in the top 25? Well, you look at where they are, number 26, a very similar story to where they were a year ago. look, that is a mark of opportunity there. And obviously this team is undefeated, but they have their best wins against number 10 Oakland and a good series win against Miami, Ohio. So this Grand Valley team hasn't seen a lot of action in the conference. Yes, they've won by a large margin in most of their games, but they can be argued against teams that are a little bit subpar to MCHC opponents. So we're going to see a kind of a look, and this will be another in-conference test, if you will.
Yeah, and for Grand Valley State, their main challenges come later on in the season. They will take on Michigan State and Hope in 2 of their last 3 series to end the 23-24 campaign. We'll step aside when we come back. We'll bring it back into the booth to talk about our impact players and the keys to the game ahead of Central Michigan and Grand Valley State from Griffs Georgetown. You're watching CMD3 Hockey on CCHN. We're back here inside Griffs. Georgetown, Reagan Cleaves, and Devin Sarah with you here ahead of Central Michigan and Grand Valley State as Devin rejoins me here. Bit of a mishap in terms of scheduling. We don't have a producer tonight, and our camera's over at Center Ice.
Hey, you know, we did this together, you and I alone, for many, many years.
We did.
And we scrapped and clawed to find camera people. We've got the best of the best, and Ian Drain with us today. So you got to have some multiple roles in doing this, and we certainly do. But it's going to be a fun game to watch, and we'll be busy here on the monitor.
Yeah,
but yeah,
indeed. Taking a look now at our impact players, Devin. Nathan Bottles and Jay Nadeau CMU really didn't have a ton of offense in that Florida Gulf Coast series, but these players did make their mark.
I would say so. Nathan Bottles has always been the distributor of the puck for this team. You think of the likes playing on the top line with Andrew Porzondik at times. It's been Isaac Gibbs as well, and Connor Morgan. And today you're going to see him mix it up with Connor Morgan and Jace Johnson. Remember, Jace made his ACHA debut last week, got some good minutes in that game, although he did take a couple of penalties. I think where Bottles is really going to have to step in is last year he was a distributor on the power play. CMU got a lot of great power play chances finished off because Bottles was a good puck carrier. He was smart with it. He did not give it up in transition and cause turnovers. And so for him, it's been a slower year. Only 4 goals on the year, 1 assist through 16 games played. But it just takes him to find the right chemistry in his game to get it going. He saw at NCAA D3 how physical he was, how fast he was, how smart of a player he was. Just for that to translate, you got to find one thing to click. And they've been switching up the lines, but he's an impact player for that reason.
Yeah, indeed. And on the other side of the ice, the Myers brothers, Jack Myers and Steve Myers, the two Grand Valley State leading scorers, they have been tearing it up to start this season.
To say tearing it up is the least thing, Reagan. They are some of the best in the ACHA. Jack and Steve are juniors, and Steve has more of the experience. He's played 4 years versus Jack has only played 2 full years in the ACHA. His sophomore year, he didn't have more than 2 games played. The year before that, he put up 11 goals, 13 assists through 22 games, but he's been on and off. So now that they're on a line here together tonight, on pace to put up double what they both did last year. They're team leaders in power play. I think they have 5 of GVSU's 8 registered this year. So you look at that dynamic and go, well, you got to look out for these guys. But I mentioned how deep this roster is. Steve's going to be the distributor. Jack is going to be the goal scorer. You're going to hear their name all night long, number 94 and 96. And before you keep going, we missed over Jay Nadeau on CMU's side. He's our impact player because he had 3 power play goals on the weekend last year, 2 in their 6-4 win. He's going to be playing on the third line tonight with the likes of Owen Campbell, so he's going to have to be a good penalty killer. He's going to have to be good, like we mentioned, shorthanded, but overall he's got to score goals. They got to score goals. This CMU team hasn't scored a lot, and against the likes of Jack and Steve Myers, you got to put up some to go against them.
Yeah, indeed, and this series is a much different look from last year. Last year, Grand Valley State was at number 8 and number 9 in the country that weekend. Central Michigan was right on the fringes, right where they are right now, of that top 25. This year, Grand Valley is the top team in the nation, and Central Michigan has a lot of work ahead of them if they like to come out with a win. What are your keys to the game, Devin?
First thing is their penalty kill has to be stout. This GVSU team does not miss on a lot of their opportunities. Similar to Florida Gulf Coast, they're fast and physical, so they're going to be chasing a lot in this game. I expect GV to dominate the puck possession. You have to be good on the penalty kill. Owen Campbell has been great all year with that, minus the Florida Gulf Coast series. Jay Nadeau, like we just talked about, has been great. So you have to rely on him. You have to be scrappy. Connor Morgan, they have to flip pucks out of their zone. They can't allow GV to get in transition and set up, because if you do that, then you're really relying on a young goaltender in Kayla Woolery to save you and bail you out. My second key is they have to limit GV's transition game. This is a team that scores a lot off the rush. They are very fast. They're able to strike on you quickly. They don't necessarily want to slow things down like the CMU side. So they're going to play a different style like Gabe. You have to stop them in the neutral zone, make it tough for them to even find a way to set up. And finally, to win this game tonight, you have to play loose. Enjoy it. Have some fun, because this CMU team has been really tight. They've been down on themselves at times for losing the ways that they did. This team has struggled with a little bit of that mental toughness. You know, that's what me and Brendan Martin have had a lot of conversations about. But at the end of the day, you have to remember why you play this game. You have to enjoy the fun of it. This is the ACHA, okay? This is not the NHL. You're not playing for a contract here. This is for the love of the game. If you can find that source tonight, I think it goes a long way, because the CMU squad just hasn't found that mustard. We haven't seen them play as much fun, right? So have fun tonight. Enjoy getting to play the best team in the country, because this isn't only an opportunity you'll get once. You'll remember games like this for the rest of your life, your college career. So play loose, have fun. Those are my keys tonight for CMU to hopefully play a full 60 minutes and find a way to make a Christmas miracle. By the way, hope you guys like our matching ties here tonight. Make sure you vote in the comments later or wherever on social which one's got the better one. But
So taking a look at
or
these
not,
lineups.
it's not really that important. I don't think anybody actually cares, but Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Taking a look at the lineups tonight, Devin, Central Michigan is without their leading scorer in Isaac Gibbs. He didn't make the trip for CMU. Who do you think has to step up in absence of the Chippewas' leading scorer?
I'm looking at Jace Johnson. This freshman put up 44 points in 24 games at Riverview Cabrini High School. He's been a really dynamic forward in high school, but we've only had a small sample size to see him. I think if he's going to get on the board today, it's going to come from that top line, like I mentioned, Connor Morgan and Nathan Bottles. And, yeah, Isaac Gibbs was that young guy. Remember his freshman year, he was the team leader in goals. So I would hope Jace fills in that gap nicely. But I also look at somebody like Owen Campbell to step up and make that production, because sometimes when Gibbs was out of the lineup last year, OC would have a chance to step in there before Gibbs came back from injury. So Owen Campbell and Jace Johnson, I would say, to fill that gap.
And hopefully they can tonight. A massive contest for Central Michigan, looking to get back in the win column after a 2-game skid, dropping both those games on the road at Florida Gulf Coast. And well, that'll do it for our pregame show. Devin, though, he's going to slide off camera here, and he's going to cue up the coaches show. He sat down with Brendan Martin a little bit ahead of today's broadcast, and he's got that conversation for you when we come back. You're watching CMU D3 Hockey on CCHN.
Devin Seraph, CCHN, here with head coach Brendan Martin, ahead of game number 1 against Grand Valley State. We're at Griff's Georgetown, one of the nicer rinks in the Grand Rapids area.
Sure.
Marty, I'm sure you've been here a lot, but a big one today. Number 1, Grand Valley State, undefeated in the country. You guys have been preparing for this all weekend. You switched up some of the lines this week. What's been the mentality in practice coming off some tough losses against Florida Gulf Coast?
You just got to keep going. I mean, I think all the guys know how good of a team that they do have, and I don't think that personally we've seen their best hockey yet, in my opinion. There's splashes of it, but you haven't really seen a full game put together yet, and a lot of that is on the coaches at times. Keeping these guys engaged. So made some changes this week that we think will help the team out, especially for this weekend. So obviously Grand Valley is going to be a really good team. They always have been. We've definitely played against them before, so we know what we're going to get out of them, and we're definitely excited for the challenge. I feel like I say it every week, but I do like the way that we match up against them again this week. So it should be a good weekend.
Every week, you and I have this broken record conversation about special teams and limiting turnovers and penalties. And sometimes more than others, you guys have given up those. And Florida Gulf Coast made you pay in that. Today, you've got a really good group of Jay Nadeau and Owen Campbell as your killers. So what have you stressed in practice to limit those, and how do you get back to getting in a flow in a system?
Yeah, well, it's definitely been more in-zone coverage on our kill, making sure we're not running around as much. I do like the aggressive play style that they do have, especially on the team's breakout. But once you do get in zone, you got to make sure you play your position, and you can't be running around out there, because a good team like Grand Valley, like Florida Gulf Coast, they're good enough to move the puck around. When you get moving around, all you got to do is move the puck, you find an open guy, and then there's not much you can do after that. So that was something that the coaches and I were stressing this week, is we have to be able to maintain positioning in that D zone.
Today we're going to see Chase Johnson and Connor Morgan on the line with each other, and Nathan Bottles there, who's been a really good distributor. He had a lot of assists against this team last year, and your 6-4 win, your debut was a weekend. Do you think that's going to produce? Obviously, you want to produce offense, but what do you see out of Chase Johnson and Morgan being together on the line?
Yeah, well, they're both fast, and they both play a similar game. So, Bottles is just as fast as they are, and we obviously know what kind of player Bottles is. So, putting those three together, I think that was a decision that we made as a coaching staff, that we thought, we're going to get speed out of these guys. We're going to get some good plays. So we're excited to watch them play tonight. They worked together in week all practice, and it looked good in practice. So we're hoping for the best here in the game.
We've been hard pressed to find coverage and footage of these guys. What are your keys to taking down this #1 team in the country tonight?
Well, it's about playing our game first and foremost, and running our systems the right way. And I look at from years past, even when I played, we didn't have as deep of a team as we do now, but we ran a system. And when we run a system, we have a good chance of winning the game. So making sure that we can maintain 60 full minutes of engaged hockey, playing our systems, not getting into their game, but running our game, dictating the game in a sense, that's going to be key for us. That's kind of what I've been preaching to them this week. So
every time you two play, it's a close matchup. You lost 4-3 in overtime in your debut. You came back the next night, won 6-4. We expect a great matchup tonight. Thank you for your time, Brendan. That's head coach Brendan Martin ahead of game #1 against Grand Valley State from Georgetown. Coming up next, CMU and #1 GV here on CCHN. Starting goaltenders for today's matchup for the away team, Central Michigan. They are turning to their freshman in Caleb Woolery. 7 games this year, 3 wins, 2 losses, and overtime loss to his name, 3.88 goals against average, and a .880 save percentage. For the home team, Grand Valley State, number 1 in the country, they turn to Bobby Masters. Through 6 games this year, he is undefeated. 2 shutouts to his name, a 1.33 goals against average, and a .933 save percentage. Reagan?
Thank you, Devin. And out in front of Caleb Woolery, Central Michigan puts that second line of forwards, Jay Nadeau, Owen Campbell, and Andrew Siraki. The first line D, Christopher Martin and Kyle Bowerson. Central Michigan right to left. The Grand Valley left to right. Central Michigan looking to snap a 2-game losing streak here at Griff's Georgetown. And Grand Valley State looking to remain undefeated atop the ACHA Division III. The only other undefeated team in the country is the Air Force Falcons, who are an independent. Grand Valley State looking to remain in the running for the best team in the nation. Game is on. We are underway. Puck down into the corner. Mullen battling for it there with Grand Valley State. No, Campbell, a shot from the sharp angle, was denied by Bobby Masters. And Masters has a history of playing for some very good hockey clubs. He backstopped Detroit Catholic Central in his high school playing days. Played now down in the Central Michigan end to our right. And Devin, this is a little bit slower of a start. Central Michigan able to get the first shot on goal.
First 40 seconds, and the second line gets the opening look. And this is a different line we've seen all year. Jay Nadeau, Owen Campbell, and Andrew Siraki, who Siraki played well down the stretch last year for them. Hasn't seen a lot of playing time this year.
Look out, a bouncing puck through center ice. Owen Campbell puts on the brakes, and he gets rocked right there by Jacob Jansen, the defenseman, the sophomore out of De La Salle High School.
Yeah, that's going to teach Campbell an early lesson about trying to get tricky with the puck there as he's looking to bring that physicality.
Now here's Jansen over the line. He got upturned in the slot, and the puck will roll in on Caleb Woolery. He'll hold 18:46 to go in period 1.
And I talked about the speed and physicality. Very, very similar team to Florida Gulf Coast. They like to get their transition game up and running, and for them it's wasting no time getting their top group out here.
Good job by the Chippewas to knock that puck out after Grand Valley won that offensive zone faceoff. Puck slides through the neutral zone. Sam Camara back in his own end to play it. Off the wall at neutral ice to Jace Johnson. He'll take it and dump it in, and Jace made his debut against Florida Gulf Coast last weekend. Had a couple of good shifts, Devin. Couldn't get his first point, though.
No, but he did have a lot of experience, ice time, and I think that's something you need in a young player like that, to get your first game against the likes of the best that taught him a lot about zone possession and maintaining the puck.
Beck's shot was blocked. It will roll all the way back into the Grand Valley end. Nathan Bottles on pursuit with Chase Johnson, that top line out there for Central Michigan. They turn it over, though, and away come the Lakers. Lewis across that line. Down into the corner. Spencer Messina didn't play in that second game against Florida Gulf Coast. Returns to the lineup tonight. Can't get it out. A shot from the top of the left circle. Thereby Mullen was blocked, and the Chippewas will take the rebound and send it down the ice. 2:17 gone to the period.
You know, in game 1 last week, they had a really strong first 8 minutes. They got the opening goal thanks to a lot of good cycling, clean passing out of the neutral zone. And it's similar stuff to the first 2.5. And what I'm really curious to see about is how do their wingers match up in the corners? How do they do battling in one-on-one? They've lost a lot of those matchups in the corner. And face-off circles, point blank, they've got to be better in this category. They've lost the vast majority of their face-offs this year.
And this Grand Valley team, for the last 2 seasons, has made it to the national semifinal, losing in both games. But they're looking to return back and return to the final for the first time since 2019. Right now, they're in prime position to do that, ranked number 1 in the nation. Play it neutral ice. Central Michigan gets it across that line, but Hamilton stole it away from the Chippewas, and the Lakers clear it back down to the CMU line. Fouché has the puck along the half wall. Lost it there to Braden Keel. He'll hold in his own right wing circle. Trying to play it out. He gets it to the point, and it skitters past Hamilton, where it will be controlled and neutralized by Mullen. So CMU gets a little bit of respite. Oh, that dump in hit a Chippewa coming right off the bench. That was Chris Armentrout. Now he's trying to return the favor to the Lakers, trying to put it into their bench. Chippewas might have gotten away with that one, Devin. Lakers trying to move out left to right. Here comes Nielsen. Across that line, 2-on-2 with Walk. Cuts into the slot, dropped it back for Mullen. The shot patted away by Caleb Woolery, and it comes into the near corner. Vasilovic couldn't get it out. Walk hammered into the boards. Bishop cleared it to the point. Mullen slides it across. It's worked back up top there for Lewis. His shot skied high. Comes into the corner. Chippewas trying to take that puck away. Walk right point. A shot through traffic. Save Woolery. Rebound. They score. Braden Nielsen, his second of the year, puts Grand Valley up and on the board first, less than 4 minutes in.
Yeah, that's tough. CMU really tried to pack the box that time and force the zone defense, but it's them playing it from the point in. They get a shot that gets through all of the traffic of CMU, and all Nielsen has to do is flip this puck into the air if he can get his first hands on it, and he does. And that's all it takes. And a young goaltender like Woolery, who's down on his pads a lot, it's 1-0 Grand Valley State. That's exactly the start they wanted.
3:56 the time of the old Nielsen.
We apologize if you saw our camera. Might have got shaky there.
Campbell's shot from the point was blocked away. Rebound, a shot from the left point was deflected wide by Campbell. Scary opportunity for Central Michigan. Now Mulder the other way. Got hauled down. Great play defensively there by Robertson to get the puck now back into the Grand Valley end. 4.5 minutes gone in this game. The number one Lakers already up on top. Nielsen's second of the campaign. Chippewas take this, dump it in. Icing the call here, even though Masters came well out of his net to play it. And we might have a face-off at neutral ice, and indeed we will.
So an early start for GV, but if you're CMU, it's all about getting the first possession. I think Grand Valley's going to, as I said, take the puck possession time away. They're going to pack their box instead. And for them, I'm not expecting Central to go out guns a-blazing. They should find a way, though, to structure themselves and avoid the turnovers like that.
Now the Lakers right in on goal, and a nice blocker save there by Caleb Woolery to deflect that up and out of play. Dangerous chance there for the Lakers.
Yeah, no doubt. And another clean job this time. Bottles is trying to move this laterally through the neutral zone, and it's a good job by, I think it was Bex, picking this up right at the tapestry of the center ice logo. Another face-off loss.
Lakers once again win that face-off. The shot was blocked. Look out, Bex has it in the right wing corner. Bex trying to feed it out in front. Good intercept there by Bottles, and away the Chippewas are 4-on-2. Jace Johnson across that line. Will work to the outside, backhanding it out in front. It was swatted away from the face of goal, though, by Braden Matko. Chippewas have it in the corner. Johnson playing it behind the goal. Throws it up the half wall. Robertson at the point. Pitchforks it down around behind the net. It'll be intercepted by Bex, clear to the line, but not out. Kamara kept it in. Look out, Jace Johnson into the circle. Shot, couldn't get it off, and the Lakers will clear it here with 14:30 to go in the first period.
And getting the cycle started, moving this puck from right to left. You see them having a tough time getting it to the middle. Grand Valley State doing a good job taking away the passing lane.
14:17 to go in the period. Lakers moving left to right. Chippewas on the forecheck, though, can't get it away from Chevalier. Messina pressured by Chevalier as they go around in the Chippewa end. Fouché was able to get it back to the line defensively as the Lakers will restart the breakout. Pass just too far for Fouché. It'll go back into the Chippewa end where Kiel will play it. Kiel behind the net, trying to work things out for CMU. They haven't gotten a lot of chances here, but look out. Schultz is going to win the race to the puck off the dump in by CMU. Behind the net, it'll be taken by Sam Gorno. The alternate captain is able to feather it up the wall there to Tristan Gross, and he was able to finish the clear. Kiel picks up the loose puck in neutral ice. He'll just take it and dump it in. That's something that Central Michigan has kind of done all year, Devin, and especially last weekend, it handicapped them. They weren't able to get much offense going off of it.
A dump and chase forecheck, yes, is their MO, but what they've struggled with a lot is that one's flipped up into the netting was you'd see them touch the puck, you'd see them look like they're going to sustain a pass, and unfortunately they'd kind of play hot potato with it. They'd get it away really quickly, look for that quick outlook, and it would cough up the puck. They would miss a man, it would go off the boards and up and out of their zone, so for them, they can definitely get it inside. And you see Braden Keogh, good job stretching it out to Brendan Schultz, who is a heads up there first to the puck.
Martin let the shot fly from the left point. And ricocheted around. Chippewas trying to get some offense going off that face-off win. The shot was got through to Masters. He had to make a good save on that one. The Lakers now dump this the length of the ice, and icing will be the call. As it was Kyle Bowerson back there to play it. Bowerson only playing in his 4th game this season, Devin, out of Marysville. He's shown some promise in those couple of games, though he's only played 3 of them.
Yeah, right. And, I had a chance to catch up with him after both of the Florida games. And talking hockey with him, he's such a smart defenseman. I mean, he really understands where to be on the ice, getting to the spots. And, him and I were blunt about what the struggles of his team had, as there's a dangerous shot there from the right wing. Look at CMU now, getting traffic in front. They're starting to click and get things together.
Chippewas in the offensive end. Campbell's shot was blocked away there by Masters. Central Michigan trying to get to that puck in the corner now. Campbell has it, left corner. Worked it free to Siraki. His centering feed went off a body, and it's just too far for Martin. Central Michigan will have to regroup. 7.5 gone in the opening period. This is dumped the length of the ice for icing, so Central Michigan again struggling to connect on passes, and it's led to a lot of defensive zone draws, Devin, and faceoffs have been sort of the Chippewas' kryptonite this season. They haven't been able to win a lot of them, which is a stark difference from the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, you and I touched on it a lot, right? And, I've talked to guys like Jay Nadeau and Nathan Bottles, who are the promiscuous guys in that position, and they've tried to work on it a lot in practice, especially recently with how much they gave up in that Florida series. They're getting better at it. It's a work of progress.
Play down in the Central Michigan end. The Lakers trying to work it free. Lamb is along the half wall, in there with his teammate Nielsen. The Lakers able to get it to the point. The shot, though, was fanned on by Jansen. Comes behind the net. The Chippewas are able to get it up and out of play, though, as it ramped up the glass and out with 8:01 gone in the period.
And we also would like to just remind you, if you are listening into us somehow, there is a spotty connection out here at Griff's Georgetown, so apologies ahead of time for that. But this game will be uploaded on YouTube right after the conclusion of it. Should be around, 10 o'clock Eastern time.
If we can even get it up with how bad the Wi-Fi is. Look out, the Chippewas poke this one ahead. Connor Morgan across that line. He scoops up the loose puck out in front. Oh, he had Johnson in the slot, but he elected to shoot it rather than pass it.
Yeah, and you can see the visual frustration by Jace. As I think he had a point-blank chance in the back door there.
Yeah, it was uncovered right in the slot, and Morgan couldn't find him. Good play at the defensive line there by Camara to poke that puck away from Lamb.
So reliable, right? Defenseman out of Orchard Lake St. Mary's. I'm glad to see him in the lineup consistently. He's been one of the vocal and physical leaders on that blue line.
Kyle Robertson back in his own end. 11:20 to go in period one. Central Michigan down 1-0 off of Nielsen's second of the campaign and his 9th of the career.
And even though Grand Valley got the opening tally, Reagan, there you see this keeping up in the 5-on-5. There's yet to be a penalty in this game, although it is only 9 minutes in. So we'll hold our breath there.
Yeah, fairly clean game for the first 10 minutes. Grand Valley now looking to pick up the puck and move left to right. Only able to get it as far as the defensive line before Schultz swatted it back in. Playing catch is Chevalier along there with Bax. They turned it over at center ice, though. The Chippewas, though, couldn't clear it. Second opportunity. Once again, that's blocked by Scamara. He had 2 pucks hit him there that the Chippewas were trying to stretch for passes. Beamish along the half wall, able to get it out to Vasilovic. He fanned on the pass ahead to Schultz. And Robertson.
Oh, yep, that's going to draw a penalty. Robertson was coming down right wing. Scamara was looking to charge him, and I think they're going to get Scamara right there. I don't know if we caught that, fans, but, I mean, he was teeing up Robertson right in front of the penalty box area. That's a penalty all day long.
Yeah, and
much needed.
The referees rule that Scamara interfered, so the Chippewas will have a power play here. 9:38 in.
They're going to call it interference. Boy, he's lucky he didn't get him for charging because Robertson, good job taking the hit right there. I thought he was going to get his clock cleaned into the right post of the penalty box.
Chippewas able to win that offensive zone faceoff and look to go to work. They struggled on the penalty from the power play last weekend rather. And look out, that shot is blocked down the ice. Here comes Myers. to the outside, pressuring pressuring the captain Martin as they go into the corner. Jay Nadeau was able to pull that puck free. We're halfway through period one. Chippewas on the power play for another 1:35. Nadeau takes it and dumps it into the corner. Up the wall to Martin. He got bumped into the linesman there, so he couldn't keep the puck in. Campbell enters the zone on right wing. Holds up at the half wall. Point for Martin. Full hold. Down the wall to Campbell once more. That top power play unit out there for Central Michigan. They feed it to the side of the net. It was knocked away. Campbell has it back in the corner, looking for a pass behind the net to Nadeau on the return feed to Campbell. Chippewas don't have a ton of shots on this power play here. Just cycling the puck to start. Left point Campbell. He walks the line, look out. He gave it right away. Here's Matko. Short-handed, that's Myers gets hauled down by Campbell, and that's going to be a penalty, and it might be a penalty shot. We'll see what the determination is from the official. It's just going to be a holding call. So we'll go 4-on-4 for the next 45 seconds.
Yeah, and Moulton did a great job of working and reading that play the whole way. I mean, Campbell, you see them going to the cycle, working from high to low, but they really didn't attack the backside of the weak side of that power play at all. They were trying to set up Campbell there. He ends up going back up top, and when you have to give up a break like that, the only thing you can do is hook a guy. So 4-on-4 here for the next 45.
10:53, the time of the penalty. This opening period was a good job, though, by Campbell. That's a penalty you want to see him take. If not, it's Steve Myers, who's got 30 points on the campaign, 11 of them goals, alone in on Caleb Woolery. On the dump in, Jace Johnson to retrieve. Pokes it behind the net. He's beaten to the loose puck, though, by Mullen. And the Lakers will try and start the breakout. Look out, they gave it away. Jace Johnson has it at the right point, though. He can't get past the defenseman guarding him in Jansen. It's played through neutral ice. A shot there by Chevalier was blocked by Woolery, and Central Michigan comes back the other way. GV penalty is over. They are now on the power play. Shot was blocked off the stick of Messina, and the Lakers will come back the other way. Here's Mulder over the line. Dropped it across. There to Lewis. Left circle. Up top, a shot by Fouché went wide off the end boards. On the collect in the right wing circle, here is Mulder. Behind the net, it's worked up. There to Bax. Near side for Mulder. Into the circle, a shot deflected in front of Woolery, and it's cleared on the rebound by Messina.
Messina made a saving play on Jacob Lewis, who was on the backdoor weak side, ready to stuff it, and Messina, with all that puck getting through traffic, clears it the way. That's what you want to see out of an assistant captain on this kill.
It is indeed what you want to see. The second penalty kill unit out there for CMU. 27 seconds to go on the GV power play. Up to the line. Fouché kept it in. Near side Mulder. Fouché has it in the high slot. Steps in with a wrist shot. That was blocked in front, and Martin will clear with 15 seconds to go. This Central Michigan penalty kill, which struggled mightily last weekend, has done a good job, and now Porzonic's going to draw a penalty as he tripped up Fouché at the offensive blue line.
Well, it's such an inconvenience. Porzonic is literally just circling himself, getting ready to go back to a pressure opportunity, and Fouché, who goes through his path, you got to be more heads up than that. I know that's a soft one, but, I mean, they're going to look to do that all day long on you. And they've watched the film. They know this CMU penalty struggles taking easy ones like that.
So 5-on-3 for the next 6 seconds before it is Campbell that is released. GV wins the draw. A shot saved by Woolery, and the rebound is tapped home. A 5-on-3 power play goal. Campbell will step out of the box, and the Lakers will be on the power play for another 156.
That's all it takes. Clean win at the draw. They stuff it on net traffic, and CMU, who's a step too slow getting this puck cleared out, they don't at all. And another one that is stuffed home on the power play, and that's 6. Is that how many power plays now in the last 2-3 weeks?
Too many to count.
Yeah, right. 8, I think it is.
That's the 11th power play goal.
Yeah, just a tough one, but you're down 2-0. Only thing you can do is get back in the saddle here. They are playing good on the 5-on-5, but it's when you get on these special teams, they really struggle.
And it's the first penalty kill of the game that strikes. Now there's a good deflection in front by Dundas off the shot from Chevalier at the right point. And Woolery is able to hold on, 1:39 remaining in the Porzondik penalty.
And what was opportunistic for GV was because that goal was in the 5-on-3, they stay on this power play for 2 minutes.
Yeah, and it certainly extends it. If CMU had killed off, if that goal had been scored, but a second later, GV wouldn't be on the power play. But instead, it's scored with Campbell in the box, and the Lakers are back on the power play. Myers behind the net. Steve Myers looking for that pass. Up the wall. There to Matko. Back down to Myers. Playing catch with Matko. He'll put it down behind the net for Steve Myers. He'll feed it out in front of loose man, and the shot from Gorno was blocked, and the rebound cleared into the corner. A crunching hit there by Nielsen, but it was turned, but the favor was returned there by Camara.
A broken stick was paid the price for that on GV's side.
Minute to go in the power play. Gorno across that line, fed it across to Fouché. Holhode trying to center it out in front. Steve Myers batted it out of the air. He's got it behind the net. Centering it, and a good intercept and clear there by Schultz with 47 to go in the power play. Fouché cutting through neutral ice. Tapped it into the zone, but the Chippewas are able to clear off a good defensive play.
The man pressure by Brendan Schultz is the reason that puck has to be cleared down. Lewis is not able to outskate the tall, lengthy forward.
Now the Lakers come back the other way. Over the line, halted there is Lewis. Worked it to the near side, Mulder in the right circle. His shot, save Woolery. Rebound behind the net. It's picked up by Scamara. He'll play it around the boards to the far half wall. Good second effort there by Bowerson to clear that puck.
I mentioned a smart kid. He read that play the way it was going up the wall and got to the puck first.
5 minutes to go here in the first period. 2-0 Grand Valley leads off of goals from Nielsen and Dundas. Dundas the most recent on the power play. Central Michigan, that's the 11th power play goal they have surrendered in the last 3 games. Probably the 10th. Play down to the Grand Valley end. They're trying to bat it out. Couldn't be done so there by Lamb. The Chippewas pick up the puck. Porzondik behind the net. Bishop up to the point to Martin. Whole reverse course and let a shot go, and Masters holds on with 4:32 to go in period 1.
And that's an easy look, but Martin, who's forcing a save there, makes this one a face-off. Fans, don't forget the CMU Club Hockey Network YouTube channel is your one-stop shop for highlights, exclusive interviews, and full game broadcasts for men's D3 and women's D2 hockey. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so as to never miss a moment of Chippewa hockey. Just go to YouTube and search CMU Club Hockey Network to find the channel. CCHN, your home for Chippewa hockey.
4:32 to go in period 1. Central Michigan down 2-0. Jay Nadeau's going to get kicked down to the face-off circle. Never mind, they're going to bring him back in. A little bit of miscommunication between the linesman and the referee. Chippewas win the face-off after the delay. Kielb around the boards behind the net. Siraki tried to center it for Nadeau, but it was intercepted, and the Lakers clear it out. Good chance there for Central Michigan, but doesn't go anywhere. Icing's going to be the call as Kielb was able to beat Lamb.
Siraki has gotten in the weight room a lot in this offseason. And coming back this year, he made an emphasis to be able to take checks like that. And Josh Phillips, defenseman, gave him all he could handle right there behind the net. Good to see him get up strong, safely there. And some good, they played, CMU has offensively in the zone, but they've lacked getting the traffic in front, getting the deflections, and getting to the puck first like GV has on both their goals.
Chippewas win the face-off. They quickly cough up the puck. And they sky it down. This is tipped. Lamb is going to get to the puck in time ahead of any Chippewas, but he quickly turns it over, and the Chippewas clear. Next, though, at center, sends it right back in. This has been a lot of dump and chase hockey in this opening period, Devin. But GV, unlike Central Michigan, has been able to get to those loose pucks after they've been able to dump it in.
Yeah, that really is the tale. Look, both these sides, like you just said, ready to get quick changes off the ice. They want to keep themselves a little bit fresher. And assistant coach Tyler Koss said to me, hey, we played our guys way too long early in the first game against FGCU, and they wanted to reverse that as late.
Mulder cutting over the line, dropped it off to Matko. A shot saved by Woolery, and the Chippewas will come out. Here's Bottles cutting through neutral ice, harassed from behind there by Petersmark. Bottles gets hauled down in the corner. He gets right back up. Lakers come back the other way. Here's Mulder. Across the line, gets it back from Matko. It's side of the net. Tried the wraparound, fed it out in front, went off a Chippewa skate. And Woolery is able to hold on with 16:56 gone in the period.
Oh, you see the connection there as his teammate worked over Nathan Bottles behind the net. Number 89, that was Brian Matko. And a guy like Mulder, we said in his pregame show his name, 13 goals, 7 assists, 20 points in only 12 games. Doesn't take too many penalties either. He's a mark of 8 Lakers that are averaging over a point per game to start this year.
This high-powered offense for Grand Valley, we mentioned in the open, Nevin, that this GV offense has 5 games this season where they have scored 10 or more goals, and they hammered Western last weekend, scoring 10 goals twice. Look out, Porzonic denied once by Masters, and he couldn't get to the rebound. A great opportunity there for Central Michigan, Devin.
Yeah, elected to pick up his own one. He had a man on the back door ready.
Now, Steve Myers back the other way for GV. Centered that out in front, but Porzonic stole it away. Kamara now defensively for CMU, trying to start the breakout. Ahead to Armin Trout. Whole cut through neutral ice with 2:18 to go in period 1. Behind the net, Masters has it. We'll leave it and hold it there for Hamilton. Lewis is able to backhand it out. Myers across the way. Fed it into the slot to the near side, Dundas. He'll work into the shot. It was blocked off the stick of Robertson. Lewis has it, centering it out in front. It was deflected, and Robertson was able to clear it to the corner with under 2 minutes to play.
I know we're talking CMU stuff here, but you know what I noticed about this GV team? They have such a efficient unit. They work 3 guys up the wings on both sides, and they go from left to right and get a clean shot, and then they pick up a rebound at the wall. It's just a unit. It's just good systemic hockey, and it's part of the reason why they're up 2-0. I know it's been dirty goals, but I mean, this is the mark of a great team.
Fouché, though, was able to steal the puck on the breakout. He's got it left. Circle is shot, blocked by Woolery, and it goes up and out of play. Good stop there by the freshman netminder.
And I don't mean to say that as a comparison. It's more of just an observation of why GV is the #1 team, why they've won their games by the margin they've had. Because against defensive units that simply get outnumbered and a little bit behind the play, they're anticipating it a lot faster than most teams. And they've been doing that for a long time.
Loose puck right off the faceoff. Woolery stayed with it, and he laid down the left pad and made a great save. Out in front, it looked like it was
Tristan
Fouché
Gross
right there.
That was Gross all day. He was working Martin one-on-one out of the circle, and he touched the puck not once, twice, but 3 times. You'd like to see Martin give him a whack or two and get that puck free.
Shows how physical this Grand Valley team can be. Central Michigan clears this down, and winning the race will be Jacob Jansen, the sophomore out of De La Salle. And icing will be the result against Central Michigan.
Yep, and fans, don't forget Reagan will have the intermission report coming up next for you here on CCHN. He'll recap this one, get you some out-of-town scoreboards, and maybe a professional one or two.
I was going to do the professional. Usually you get the college one.
Well, then I can do it for you.
So,
all right. Game time decision. You're seeing it live. I'll do the first intermission report. How about that?
I wasn't saying you had to do the first intermission. I was just saying that usually I do the professional out-of-town scoreboard.
Oh, well.
Either way.
Either way.
We got a minute until the intermission hits, icing the call against Central Michigan.
And that's frustrating. Another icing chance where, honestly, they did a good job drawing that face-off even and then working at the wall, but they elected to stump it. This is a habit I see out of this team a lot that I don't know if it's a lack of confidence or just part of what they want to do, but they look to get the puck out as quickly as they touch it. And they don't win the races more times than not.
Kyle Bowerson trying to clear it out after Campbell won the face-off. They can't get it far. Oh, that hit the goalpost. Another opportunity thrown out in front. It bounces through the slot and safely wide. Walk has it to the point. A shot deflected wide. Walk trying to center. Goes off the back of the net. Lamb has it in the corner. 38 seconds to go. Pulling it free. There is Nielsen. Has the opening goal in this game. Right now the go-ahead goal for GV. At the left point, a shot was whistled wide there by Jansen. Another shot from a sharp angle, kicked off a body out in front. And Lamb has it on the far half wall. In the corner, Nielsen trying to center with 15 to go. Lakers have it. Pass to the point was intercepted. Campbell will dump it down the ice. This will roll toward the goal line. Icing will be waved off. Back there to play it is Mullen. He's pinned up in the corner with 5 to go. Lakers are able to pull it free, though. negating any chance Central Michigan might have had, and we'll go to the break. 2-0. Grand Valley leads a power play goal. It's the third game straight that the Central Michigan Chippewas have given up a power play goal. We'll recap that when we come back. I'll have the first intermission report here on CCHN. Back here inside the broadcast booth for intermission number 1. Central Michigan currently trails the number 1 team in the nation, the Grand Valley State Lakers, by a score of 2-1 after 20 minutes. Well, things started a little bit well for Central Michigan in that period. They were able to get some chances out in front, including one just a couple minutes in, but nothing was to come of it for CMU, and nothing was to come of any scoring until about the 3:56 mark, when it was Nielsen who jammed home a shot from in tight. It was a shot from the point that was deflected right in front of Caleb Woolery, who makes the start yet again for Central Michigan, his 8th appearance of the season. And it was an early shot that found its way through on the rebound. Nielsen was right out in front, and he jammed it home to give GV the 1-0 lead. They would later extend that at the tail end of a 5-on-3. They only had 6 seconds overlapping between Campbell's hold at 10:53 and Andrew Porzonic's trip at 12:48, which made it a 5-on-3 for just 6 seconds. It looked like Central Michigan was going to be able to get out of that unscathed, but GV ended up winning the offensive zone faceoff. It was Myers who passed it across to the left circle, where it was taken by Dundas. He let it rip. It was right through on goal. Woolery couldn't make the initial save. It wound up going past him and in with 1 second left on that Owen Campbell penalty rather, and that led GV not only to get the 2-0 lead, but practically have about 4 minutes of power play time from the 10:53 mark through about the 14:48 mark, where GV was continuing to get shots on goal and continuing to get chances. Central Michigan just couldn't match the pace set by the top Lakers, and that's why we stand at 2-0. Central Michigan generated a couple more chances later on in that period, but it was a lot of dump and chase hockey from Central Michigan, something that they've tried to establish as their style of play, but it, especially as we've seen all season, Central Michigan has struggled to score goals to score goals because of that dump and chase offense. So 2-0 the score at the end of one period. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in the men's Division II action, the D2 Chippewas will take on the top-ranked Sioux College, who is one of the top teams in the Central region. They lost 18-1 and 10-1 on consecutive nights against Sioux College a month ago. They will play Saturday and Sunday at the Marty. You can watch on Black Dog Hockey. John Gervasi has the call for you live on air for that one. Women's Division II has wrapped up their play with that series against Bowling Green, that very successful trip down to Sylvania, Ohio. They get the sweep in that one and will start the semester next year, January 19th and 20th, with a trip down to Chicago to take on Aurora to start their second semester play. The ACHA Top 10, GVSU, the number one team in the nation, is who your Central Michigan Chippewas are playing tonight. Florida Gulf Coast and it will take on Akron January 5th and 6th to start their semester. Likewise, Michigan State done for the semester. They will begin second semester January 12th and 13th against Ferris State. Lawrence Tech likewise will play the 5th and the 6th of January against Michigan Flint. Followed by number 5, Michigan will play this Friday and Saturday against Ferris State. That should be a fun one to watch out for, that Michigan and Ferris State battle taking place actually right now as they wrapped up. They're probably just about at the start of their third period. Air Force inactive to end the semester, but they will be back in action with a 3-game slate the 12th and the 13th of January against Missouri State, Arizona State, and New Mexico. Number 7, Hope, plays tonight against Arizona State. Missouri will play on Sunday against Maryville. They're the number 8th ranked team in the nation. Saginaw Valley State, currently number 9, will take on Grand Valley State next weekend, the 15th and the 16th. And number 10, Oakland, will play Friday and Saturday against Michigan Flint here in some MCHC East action. Taking a look at the collegiate, the NCAA version of the Chippewas. Track and field was in Allendale today, actually, just down the road at GVSU for their Holiday Open. Wrestling will take on number 25 Indiana tomorrow. Women's basketball and men's basketball in action tomorrow against Oakland and Creighton, respectively. 2 p.m. starts for the both of them. That's, again, women's basketball taking on Oakland and men's basketball taking on Creighton. That's it for your second intermission report. 2-0 the score after 20 minutes. Central Michigan looking to get on the board when we return for this middle frame here on CCHN. We're back here inside Griff's Georgetown, an extended first intermission here, as during his trip around the ice, the Zamboni driver ended up punching a hole into the half wall in the right wing corner of the zone to our right here, and that's what is taking so long. So this is something that we rarely ever see, and it looks like right now the referees are inspecting the corner boards, and tell you how rare it is. My dad, who has been working for 35 years in the hockey industry, or 30-plus years, has never seen this happen. So
Never?
No,
In 30 years.
this is a first for him.
I mean, the only time I've heard of this happening was about a year or so ago at Martin Ice Arena. They had a brand new Zamboni driver in Mount Pleasant who never drove a Zamboni, never knew how to stop the Zamboni. And this was Ben Rydchuk, alumni Ben Rydchuk, told me he didn't know how to stop and use the brake, so he slammed into the corner boards to try and limit his pace. It didn't actually break the board, but it scraped it bad enough where I think you can still see a mark of it today.
Yeah,
but you're right. This was really unprecedented. His first go-around, it smacked in.
Yeah, just caught the board.
So what they're trying to do is they're taking a corner piece of the board they have in the back shop.
Yeah.
They're strapping the plate to it, and they're putting rivets in the wall to try and sustain it. It's definitely more of a long-term fix. They're going to have to take out the entire corner wall, but you can at least temporarily fix that and put some corner boards. What mostly it would do is cause some weird bounces, and you don't want a guy's leg to go in there and get hooked, so you have to fix it. That's what the delay is. But you see the teams coming back on our ice.
Yeah, so we'll see how long it takes. The
we'll
referees
see.
are still down there. The workers seem like they're still working on that Band-Aid plate. We'll step aside as the teams get warmed up down below us, and we'll come back when we are set for period 2 action. Well, as soon as we said we'd go away, we're right back at it as they have apparently deemed the corner boards fit to play. Central Michigan now has that wonky board in the offensive end. They will have to defend it in period 3. We'll see how it goes. 2-0 GV leads. CMU trying to get on the board here against the number 1 team in the nation. Kyle Bowerson holds it center ice. He'll jump it in. Went off Owen Campbell, and it bounced into the offensive end where Grand Valley controls. Opening seconds of this second period. Look out, Lamb with some great speed. Almost beat out that icing, but even better for GV. He forces Caleb Woolery to cover that puck.
Yeah, Reagan, I think you talked a lot in the first period just about GV's relentless pressure in front of the net, getting to the puck first. And it's been a story with this team. CMU isn't the fastest compared to some others we've seen at the top of the nation. For them, I want to see how they anticipate plays, how they get to the corner boards first and dig pucks out, because that's really what they're going to need to do to start sustaining a forecheck. I mean, this team's looking for any sort of confidence, Reagan. They have 2 goals in the last, 100 minutes combined of play?
Look out, here's Chase Johnson trying to create something for Central Michigan. His centering feed was knocked away. He's trying to get to the point to Bowerson, but he gets tied up with his teammate, and the puck comes free to Nielsen. Nielsen across that line will pull up at the right point. Will float it in on goal. It comes into the near corner. Coming in after it, there was Walk. He backhanded it down behind the net. Nielsen after it. They battle for it behind the net. Nielsen eventually is able to pull it free for the Lakers. Puts it down behind the net there for Walk. Lewis up top for Nielsen, right point. Oh, rim it around the boards. It comes to the near side where Myers is after it. Morgan in there for the forward check. Myers works it free, trying to center it, goes off of Woolery, but he's able to plop on it with the blocker and hold on with 1:14 gone in period 2.
The guys like of Jake Lamb, Braden Nielsen, who had that opening goal for GV in this game, and Steve Myers are so quick on the cycle. They're really nice with corralling the puck. It just seems to have that magical touch of once they get a first look on it, they're able to skirt it out and feel like they're in control of it. And CMU has really matched that. They've played the man coverage well.
Josh Gilgren, the first time we've seen him tonight, is able to get that puck out for CMU before he goes rumbling into Hamilton and knocks him down. Now Gorno back in his own end. Great forecheck here by Kyle Robertson there for CMU, Devin.
Yeah, Robertson's such a hard worker. He took a really tough check in the second period of last week's game. He got up gingerly from it. But ever since he's come to this team from Division II, he's been one of the hardest workers on the ice week in, week out.
Schultz hauled Hamilton down at neutral ice, looking to get a turnover out of it, but GV still controls it. Pass through neutral ice, deflected off of Schultz, and Robertson is able to backhand that back to the GV line. 2 minutes gone in period 2. Reagan Cleaves and Devin Serra with you here as Grand Valley State right now leads Central Michigan. Look out, an errant pass back to the blue line. Lewis will feed it ahead to Dundas. Dundas, though, coughed it up. Chippewas clear it, but not out. Porzondik touched it ahead to Bishop. Bouncing puck through neutral ice, picked up by Vasilevich. Over the line to the outside, tried to backhand it out in front, intended for Bishop. It was cleared. Porzondik takes a tumble into the boards, but still retains the puck, but only for a moment. Away comes Steve Myers. Lost the puck. It's picked up by Lewis. Into the slot. Myers at the side of the net, and he scores on the second chance. Some great puck movement there by the Lakers. And it's Myers with the third goal of the night for Grand Valley State. The initial attempt from him went off the side of the net. Woolery wasn't able to get to cover the post in time. 3-0 GV.
Yeah, GV's working out of their own zone. They get units up the left wing, and then this time, like you said on there, just able to finish it. One of their top scorers continues there for his 12th of the season. And I thought the pressure by Jacob Lewis was also sustained. Really, Central got behind on the defensive markings of that, and they continue to find a way to, or not find a way to clear pucks out of the slot.
Now a battle in front of Woolery involving a couple of players, including Chevalier, comes to nothing as Central Michigan can't clear that puck. Siraki takes the body across the way there of Becks. The loose puck is controlled here by Siraki. His feet ahead intended for Nadeau, knocked away and taken on by Chevalier. He works around him, man, lost the puck though. It'll be scooped up by Gross and flipped behind the net. Becks up to Jensen, left point, a shot through traffic, wide of Woolery. Comes to the far side for Becks along the half wall, a shot that hit a body in front of the rebound. They score and they put it in, but the referee waves it off, ruling that Woolery had the puck covered.
That was really premature. I mean, they had Tristan Gross ready for that second opportunity. CMU got caught flat-footed on the right side of the post, and they give Woolery a fortunate early whistle there. This remains 3-0. But I don't know if it's just the reluctancy to sit back in your own zone and accept what's happening, but I mean, this CMU team's caught flat-footed. I mean, they're keeping up in man coverage. Their defensemen are working really hard. We've said Kyle Bowerson, Robertson, and Sam Kamara's name a lot, but their wingers are getting out-raced to the puck, and GV's putting it on net, and they're sustaining pressure and getting 1-second opportunities. And look, I'm hard-pressed to say that Central is playing their best hockey. They really haven't been. This isn't what their system's designed to do. They want to clear it out, chip it, begin getting on a transition, and start to cycle their own. But this is the kind of stuff that week after week wanes on you. And before, Reagan, it was the penalties. The penalties would mount them. And we'd say, but if it was 5-on-5, they'd be perfect. Well, you get a 5-on-5 opportunity against the best team, and it's GV who's winning the races.
There's a bit of a delay for this face-off. It was Justin Chevalier who has been sent off with a 10-minute misconduct after that goal was waved off. Here's Jace Johnson the other way. Still even strength. He fires that shot high of goal. It bounces to the side of the net, and Masters will plop on it and hold with 3:45 gone in period 2.
Yeah, and I didn't get the official shots in that first period, Reagan, but it was most likely GV out of that. I'd love to see this top line now of Nathan Bottles, Connor Morgan look to work it to one side of the wings. When they've been both together on one side of the wing and they've played that dump and chase style of puck, they have been able to get a cycle going, and now you see, look, a good face-off win. Oh, but good anticipation
look out,
there
here's
by
Scamera.
The Lakers.
The pass ahead for him, and this is going to be offside as Morgan couldn't keep the puck out of the zone before Jace Johnson could tag up. 16:05 to go in period 2, but with Chevalier out for the next 10 minutes, Devin, he's one of their leading scorers. 10 goals and 10 assists coming into this game in the 12 games as he's played all of them for GV. How do you think that may affect GV going forward?
Oh, well, he's usually playing with Chris Dundas, his fellow winger, who's put up goals this year along with the likes of Myers. So for the next 10 minutes, I think that's a chance where CMU's got to take advantage of a missing man and, force GV's extra skater to work harder.
Look at the speed by Jace Johnson as he comes up right wing. He tries to feed that out in front of Masters, and Gilgren couldn't finish it. Great speed there by the freshman. Look out, a giveaway. Here's Mulder down the right side. He's got a 3-on-1 with him. Dropped it back. Nobody took the puck. Instead, it's Josh Gilgren feeding it ahead for Connor Morgan. He's over the line. Morgan dropped it back for Gilgren. A shot blocked. Mulder tried to lost the battle as Gilgren fed it out in front. Masters was able to put a halt to play.
Yeah, look at the way Jace raced to this puck over the timeline at center, coming up right wing. He doesn't just force a shot. He's looking for Gilgren to give him support, which he gets there. They get home to the puck, but they just can't find a way to lift it in front of Masters. But that's the kind of stuff you expect to see out of a fast skater like Jace Johnson for years to come. I hope he's going to be a mainstay with this program. I mean, that's just a glimmer of what he's able to do.
Beamish laying the body down to the offensive end. Gorno works it free and clears it to the line and out past Robertson. It's a race for the puck with Lamb and Camara. They go to the corner boards. They both get tangled up. It's picked up here by Scamara. Scamara and Lamb down along the half wall. He fed it out in front, and it bounced in on Woolery. A whole hold with 5:14 gone.
Yeah, that curve out there, Brendan Schultz. What a gingerly smile it was if he came out of that corner battle. Schultz is a beauty. This guy has come from the D2 squad and been playing on the top line with Porzondik and Bottles. And I thought he's been one of the best players this season for them, amidst their struggles. One of the, nicest guys off the ice. I have a marketing class with him, always chatting it up about assignments, and that's a good story here and there.
It's the great thing about college hockey is as a penalty is coming up here on GV. They'll touch up, and I believe Lamb is going to go to the box for a hook here, Devin.
Oh, well, there you go. It was against that time Luke Vasilovich who got taken down at the half wall. So you're right. And look, here's your opportunity, right? I mean, this is the stuff where Brendan Martin's talked about, look, just getting back to our style, and it's about us. This is about you. This power play, you're down 3-0, 14:30 left in the second. It's moments like this where you find those shifts. Find that shift in your game and put one in the back of the net. Find a way.
CMU 0 for 1 on the power play. They win the faceoff, but it splits the defense, and the Chippewas have to go racing back with Christopher Martin. He got it on ahead, though. Nathan Bottles trying to dipsy-doodle around the defense. It was poked off his stick, and Dundas will flop it down the ice. Woolery way out of his net to play it in the corner. Lucky for him, he was able to get the stick on it first. Comes through neutral ice. It's worked free here by Mulder. He'll play it back defensively, and it's fired the length of the ice here by Nielsen. A tough start to the power play for Central Michigan. They're chasing the puck back to their own end, not once but twice.
Oh, miscommunication there. Martin was looking to feed it up the wing to Schultz.
Oh, look out. Schultz blew a tire.
That was Campbell.
Yeah, it was Campbell. He blew a tire, and it led to a good scoring chance there for Mulder, but Woolery made the save. Campbell across the line. We'll dump it down. Nadu to find it in the corner. Trying to work it up top. Intercepted by Jace Johnson on friendly fire. Out in front. Campbell a shot. That was blocked in front by the Lakers. Nadu has it in the corner. Trying to feed it behind the net. He blew a tire. Jace Johnson trying to work onto the puck. We'll pick it up on the lead from Nadu. Up to the point for Campbell. Martin will hold. Off the boards to Johnson across the way. Jace will move past one defender. Into the circle. A shot. He snapped it wide. Martin has it. Ripping it around the boards. 13 minutes to go in the second. 28 to go in the power play. Beamish got worked over in the corner, and it'll be taken by Gorno and dumped down the ice with 20 seconds to go. It's the best look Central Michigan's had on the PK. Look out. A pass ahead to Beamish on the stretch. He's into the right circle. Out in front for Gilgren, but it hopped over his stick, and the Chippewas come up empty.
Yeah, great job by Jansen there to stick with him, but a great cycle going on here. They got another chance.
Morgan bumped off the puck in the corner. Beamish has it. Centering it in front. Knocked away, though, by Fouché. Jace Johnson has it along the half wall. Up top for Robertson. Good stick. Fresh from the bench is Lewis. Just under 8 minutes to go in period 2. Or gone in period 2, rather. Beamish trying to battle for the puck in the corner. There with Jansen. Bodies tumble. The Lakers flip it up to the line and out. Connor Morgan, though, had to go past him. Lewis is after the puck. Great back check there by Robertson to knock the puck into the corner. Comes up to the point. Bex trying to feed it down low. Rimmed around to the near side. There to Fouché. Up top for Jansen. He'll take a shot through traffic. It went wide. Bishop collects off the end wall. Fouché knocked the puck into the center. Clear to the point, but not out. Bex has it. Wrist shot blocked. Out in front from the side of the net. They tried to get a shot on. Wouldn't go. Now Fouché threw an elbow behind the net up into the head of Robertson. Didn't draw a penalty. Chippewas, though, were able to get it out with 11:22 to go here in period 2.
Great nonstop action by both teams. I thought there was going to be a delayed penalty for a moment. They were just whistling offside.
The icing was waved off so Woolery came out of his net to play it and keep play alive. Behind the net and into the corner, it's taken by Fouché. Full hold. Trying to work it free. Centers it in front to nobody in particular. Bex has it in the corner now. Trying to feed it out in front. It was blocked to the end boards. Fouché, pass was too hard for him. It comes to the left point, Lewis. Down once more to Fouché, trying to spin it around to the right circle. Hit a body. Bex controls. Bex sliding it out in front. It hit a body and moves behind the cage. Fouché has it along the half wall. Rink wide feed. Bex off the wall. Up to the point. He holds to the near side. Too hard for Fouché. It looks like GV's on a power play here, Devin, with 10.5 to go. Jensen up to the point. A shot. He scores. Traffic in front. And Jensen let it go. Woolery didn't see it. It's 4-0 GVSU.
Well, we had about 7 minutes of nonstop play. Central's power play fizzled out after they had some great looks, great stops by Masters, and a good cycle. But GV comes the other way. CMU packed the box. They played a lot of zone defense. GV was taking the outside of the boards the whole way. They got some shots to Woolery. They went back up to the top of the point one more time, and Jansen rifles this. CMU goes right to left. He beats the flood of players in front, and Woolery doesn't even get a hit on it. It's 4-0 like that, and that's the kind of stuff that a good cycling team, a good systematic team like GV can do to you. If CMU's going to pack the box, you've got to get a block shot right there. You've got to find a way to get a stick in the lane, and it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, and Grand Valley, that is the culmination of a great possession for them. They cycled the puck so well. Fouché out there along with Bex, they worked down in the corners, working that puck free and keeping the plays alive when they would get to those pucks before Central Michigan players. And that's really what led to that goal. And it looks like, as Central Michigan has taken the timeout, it looks like they just called it to regroup. They're not going to make a goalie change here, as it looks like Woolery is going to stay in. But 4-0 the score here, which is about halfway through this second period. And
yeah, well, look, let's give context to this, okay? 2 weeks ago, they had some strong outings against Adrian College as they announced the goal scorer and Jansen again. Fouché will get an assist on that one. Give context. Look, big wins, 10-1, 8-1 over Adrian College. You say to yourself, this team's found their confidence again. They know how to score. They know how to flood the puck. But Adrian's only won one game this season. Then you go and take on Florida Gulf Coast, and you play 3 quarters of both games without the puck on your stick, and they put up 6-1 and 10-1 against you. Now you come into tonight, you play the first 8 minutes, similar story, very close, but GV gets the first nod. They put 2 more in the net before the period ends, and you get a good power play chance. You get a good cycle, Reagan, to finish up my point. They stick with it, but this GV team is first to the puck. Their system beats CMU, who packs the box, and they don't get a block shot for what they're designed to do. Look, I don't know if it's lack of confidence. I don't know if it's coaching. But when you look at why this team isn't producing, I don't know what to describe it. It's more just haven't gone their way, and when they want to touch the puck, it's like hot potato for them, and they have a lot of give-ups.
I mean, I think the difference in play, I think going into that Florida Gulf Coast series, Central Michigan may have had an inflated sense of how well they had been doing. That Adrian series, as great as it was, 18-2, the combined goals, you were playing a team at the bottom of the league consistently in Adrian, and you turn around and play the number 2 team in the country, followed up by the number 1 team in Grand Valley. It's hard to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, and you and I would like to, talk, of course, good about the play and systemically what's happening. Here's a good back check by Braden Keel. This guy has been really efficient defensively. I'd love to story tell some more about these guys because they have some great personalities. I mean, we had so much fun in Florida going to the Waffle Houses and going to the beach and having that Top Gun Maverick video, which did pretty well, I guess, on Instagram. But when you focus on the play, there's just been a lack of urgency at times that you'd like to see more of. They work hard. They work extremely hard, but they just played better teams.
Yeah, and especially when you're playing teams like Grand Valley and like Florida Gulf Coast, who are tops in the nation, it's hard to find a good spot. Now a penalty coming up on GV. Here.
So CMU is 0 for 2 tonight. We'll get one more chance at it.
It's going to be Brian Matko. I believe the penalty was a slashing call.
Yeah, and to talk about this last cycle Central had, they had a good minute of sustained pressure from Owen Campbell working down low in the corners. They cycled it back up to Christopher Martin. They got a lot of good shots here. You have to find that to build your momentum on coming out of that timeout earlier.
Here's Martin up at the point. As CMU is on the power play, third time tonight, 0 for 2 thus far. Campbell left circle. Overgun a shot, save Masters, rebound. He's way out of his net. The Chippewas aren't able to capitalize on it. Martin at the center point, a shot blocked into the corner. Save Masters on the shot by Nadeau. Now Bottles controls. He's got it. Working it around behind for Nadeau.
TV is out of stick. It's 5-on-3.
Schultz up top. There's still bodies out in front, though. Bottles worked over, and it's cleared there by Lamb. A tough break for CMU as they're unable to capitalize on the Laker without a stick.
They're sending traffic in front. Look
now
out.
Look out. They cough it up. Side of the net. Oh, a shot hit the goalpost. Rebound is cleared to the side. And the Chippewas catch a break as Grand Valley had a wonderful opportunity shorthanded. Now Beamish enters the zone for the Chippewas. A minute to go in the power play. To the outside. Lost the puck. It'll be taken by Schultz. Puts it down for Beamish. Cycling the puck for Jace Johnson across the way. Whole wheel and deal to Beamish. To the side of the net for Gilgren. His shot from a sharp angle goes off of Masters' shoulder and up and out of play. With 7:51 to go in the period, 44 seconds to go in the power play.
Another time where you see Chase work this puck from high to low. Beamish has a good look on the corner of the net, although it is a sharper angle, and he has the option on the back door. They're looking to shoot. They're looking to get traffic, but Bobby Masters is undefeated this year. He has been one of the best goaltenders in ACHA. And filling in for our buddy Dominic Stankiewicz, who graduated last year, was a longtime starter for this team. Stankiewicz told him at Nationals last year, wait to see Masters. He is even better than I was.
And he has proved it this season. 133 goals against average and a .933 save percentage in 6 games. All of them wins. 26 to go on the power play for CMU. Morgan has it along the corner boards to Beamish. Will wander behind the net to Johnson. Top of the left circle. A shot saved by Masters. It caroms onto the stick of Morgan. The near side for Robertson. Will walk into the slot. A shot through traffic. Blocked away by Masters. Penalty kill with 6 seconds to go. A scramble in front. A shot. They score! Connor Beamish puts it home. And the Chippewas have cracked the master lock. 9 seconds shy of 13 minutes gone in period 2.
You keep the pressure on. Good things happen. This play starts from Beamish at the blue line. He cycles it back across the way laterally to Jace Johnson on the far side. They work this high to low. They work this puck from the left wing in. Get 1, 2, 3 shots in. And I think you said that was Gilgren who was there in tight on it. First one to the puck. Madison is down. He can't find it at the glove. It squirts into the left post. Finally, CMU gets one, and they deserve it after how hard they worked in front of the net.
That was a great cycle there for Central Michigan. Not sure if it ends up on the power play. Indeed,
It does. It's a
2
power play
seconds
goal.
left on that power play, so Central Michigan gets yet another power play goal. They're back within 3 here.
And now you have a recipe for success. You've got 1 here. How do you sustain that? How do you answer that back and keep the sustained pressure and get traffic in front of Masters?
They're going right back to work.
Beamish, rather. Yilgren with the assist.
So Robertson also gets an assist offside. The call on GVSU and Vasiljevic.
That's a flop. Yep,
Hamilton,
that's Hamilton looking
did
for
take
one.
a slash from Vasiljevic, but he sold it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't going to draw the penalty.
He didn't even really touch his right skate. That
Well,
was more of
Vasiljevic
Hamilton
did give him a
skating through.
slash, but
Yeah, well,
Hamilton with the
they're not going to give it either way. But,
Academy Award worthy dive.
I mean, that's just fun to see. And I think that's got to be so rewarding for that bench that finally finds a chance to get rewarded. It's not like they weren't working hard. I said that. They have the effort there at times. It's just maybe a sense of urgency, or they don't get to the puck more times not first. But that time, you said it, Beamish is rewarded with his first of the year.
Yeah.
So, hey, good for him, the senior.
Yeah, his 17th of his career, including his time spent with Division II. But he's played 15 games this season. This is 16th. And he finally gets his first goal in a D3 uniform. 6:16 to go, period 2.
And he deserves it, dude. He's had, 8 assists this year? And I know they've lacked scoring at times, but when they have had it, Beamish has been on the ice more times than not. He doesn't take a lot of penalties, only 4.
Off the draw, Gross trying to work up the right wing, right in front of the scorer's table. Coughs up the puck, though. A big hit laid by Siraki. Knocked Bex down. A punishing hit laid by the sophomore. Martin worked the puck free. Look out, the Chippewas coughed it up. Fouché threw that on goal, and it went wide. Chippewas are able to clear it, though, down back into the GV end. Jansen has it, trying to center it. He gave it away to Nadeau. In his shot, he snapped that one just wide. A great opportunity for Jay Nadeau, looking for his 3rd of the campaign, and he puts it about 6 inches wide.
Andrew Siraki is having a great shift. He's all over the ice, intercepting passes, and it's offside. Fouché too hard in. Hey, talk about a tone setter. It's not about what you do with the puck. It's what you do without. And I think Andrew Siraki has had an underrated role. You know, he hasn't played a lot of minutes this year. The sophomore out of Northville, yet to register a point. But, you know, he's had 8 games this year where we've been wondering where's his role going to be? Where's he going to fit into this team? Is he going to score goals? Is he going to pass? In that time, it's setting up interceptions like that. And Nadeau just barely missed that top left corner. He had a number of goals last year against this GV team.
And you talk about Andrew Siraki, who's been a little bit frustrated with how little he's played this season. This is his 9th game of the campaign, and coming off a year where, aside from the time he was sidelined with legitimate reasons, he's been kept out of the lineup as a healthy scratch multiple times this season. Chippewas on the prowl. Feed to Beamish, got knocked away. It's loose in front of Masters, and it's taken here by Fouché.
Oh, Schultz could have had a backdoor chance. The puck just skidded over his blade. It was too strong. And then he moved laterally to the slot area and just missed it. This is in great anticipation. Look at the hustle by CMU to get possession.
Now here's Connor Beamish. He'll take it and dump it in. Chippewas go off for changes. Here's Jace Johnson pulling the puck free from the wall, trying to center it out in front, but Beck's intercepted the spin-around pass, and he'll work it ahead to Lewis. Lewis over the line, nifty move through the defense, but he got knocked down, and Jace Johnson collects the loose change. Home move up the left wing, 3-on-2 for CMU. Developing out in front for Morgan. He fan on the shot. It pinballs out in front of Masters. How did that puck stay out? Another chance. It's loose to the side of the net, and somehow, through some sort of voodoo, Masters kept that puck out of the net.
I have no clue. Nathan Bottles was ready for the second chance, Reagan, and he caught his right skate with it, and then all those bodies in front, they couldn't find it under their wickets. That was, Connor Morgan should have a goal right now. That was perfect.
Johnson across that line to the left circle, hauled down as he threw it out in front. It popped up into the air. It's loose at the side of the net. They jam away at it to the side of Masters before it's clear to the point. Chippewas reset. Messina hauled down along the boards. Behind the net to Nathan Bottles. Bottles will hold with 3:40 to go. His pass out in front, intercepted though to Petersmark as if it was postmarked for him. Here's Myers over the line. Steve Myers dropped it off for Petersmark to the back door, and he couldn't find his line mate in Dundas. Now the Chippewas are away left to right. Siraki over the line, a shot saved. Masters, he thought he had it. Nadu fed it out in front. Messina right circle, a shot blocked up and out of play off the stick of John Phillips. Some great last couple of minutes of play for CMU, Devin.
I mean, the transition game by both teams is great. You see GV come the other way, look for a back door, but the first person ready to collect this puck is Siraki. And he doesn't just flip it out and try and dump the puck. He carries it, and he tries to get it to Nadu, who's got a good chance at this one. That last shot by Messina, if he goes laterally across the way, he's got Owen Campbell ready for a snapshot. This Central team has urgency. This is that one goal. I've said it all along. All you need is one to find some life, and they've got it right now.
Messina has it right point. A shot hit a couple of bodies out in front before it was cleared to the corner by the Lakers. They can't get it out as Messina stopped it along the half wall. Around the boards, Hamilton behind the net. Rimmed it out. Loose puck at the line. Scooped ahead. Skymera threw it in. Bouncing puck popped up in the air. Gorno trying to knock it away. It's onto the stick of Campbell. 3 players ahead for CMU. They dump it in. Off the deflection. It's taken behind the net by Mulder. 2:41 to go here in the second period. CMU has the most recent goal. Beamish's first of the campaign has brought the Chippewas back within 3.
But we thought earlier in this period they were dead and out of it. We thought it was all GV Reagan, and now that's going to be a penalty coming up here, as that was Keel getting crunched to the boards by, I think, Andrew Mulder. So Reagan, hey, they're finding a rhythm. They're finding ways to sustain the forecheck, and they're gaining confidence. I don't know if you can tell it through your TV screen right now, wherever you're watching this, but this Central team is looking the best they have, and I think 100 of the last minutes I've seen them play. This is life. This is something. You got to get a face-off win and cycle. They're one clean pass, one different look away from putting this one past Masters, because he's chasing right now.
2:24 to go in period 2. Central Michigan's third straight power play. Mulder to the box for a rough. CMU 1 for 3 on the night. 1 for 2 in this period. They've got the puck. The clock has not started. They get it going. Hope the referees may have caught that. Johnson in the circle. Up top for Gilbert. A shot. He tipped it wide. Out in front, Beamish looking for his second of the night. Lakers take the rebound and rim it around the boards and out. 1:46 to go for now in the power play.
What an unlucky bounce. Beamish got to his spot perfectly, and it just skittered wide. This team's worked a lot on the redirections in practice. Let's see if it pays off.
Chase Johnson trying to move the puck into the offensive end, bumped off the puck. Morgan has it, though. He enters the zone. A shot that went off the stick of Masters. Boy, Morgan has had a couple of great looks tonight, including the fan shot that led to that kaleidoscope of opportunities for the Chippewas in front.
5 goals on the air for that sophomore, and that is a confidence builder. You see them trying to rifle this puck. I would like to see them maybe look for a second or third read, because I think these players are expecting a shot and they want to beat the goalie cleanly. But Masters is such a good goalie straight on his feet that it's really, really difficult to get it over his shoulders.
I mean, that goal for CMU, Devin, has really put some life into this maroon and gold offense. They have been attacking the Lakers unabashedly in the last 5 minutes. Nadu has the puck in the corner, works it up to the point for Martin. 65 to go in the power play. Campbell, his pass up into the air. Bottle swats it down. Campbell once
Find
again.
the back door.
Nadu fed it out in front. It skipped past a couple of bodies, and now look out, a shorthanded chance for the Lakers. Myers down the left side trying to find to the back door for Lamb.
Got to get on a rush here. They're behind the play.
Indeed. Here come the Chippewas. Schultz across that line. He'll pull up at the point. Let his teammates catch up with him. Look out, they coughed it up. And the Lakers get it out with under a minute to go in the period. Pass ahead, Beamish. Enters the zone with the puck. He's got it on left wing. To the near side for Martin on the rink-wide feed. Martin walks the line to Vasiljevic. Fan in the shot. He gets it back, and out in front, skittered past Porzanic. Now Porzanic's got it. A shot blocked. Save the rebound. It's clear to the corner before it's jammed out by the Lakers with 10 seconds to go on the power play.
I think CMU needs to back up in front of the net, Reagan. They get their spots. They get in the lane in the eyes of Masters, but they're in so tight. How are you going to shoot a puck that's right under your wickets?
It's tough, especially when you're in tight like that, to get onto a rebound. Now Morgan will put it down in. CMU now with the Lakers back to full strength. Now it's a shot from the left circle. That was blocked. Porzanic pursues into the corner. Up top to Messina. Into the circle. A shot that was deflected into the corner. The Lakers' Becks will shovel it out as the period expires. Lakers got 2 to start in the first 10 minutes, but the Chippewas, after a melancholy end of the first period, have gotten themselves back in business. They're only down 3 as we go to the third. Devin will have the second intermission report when we come back here from Griff's Georgetown. You're watching CMU-D3 Hockey on CCHN.
Devin Serra back with you for the second intermission report presented by CMHIceHockey.com. This one is a lot closer than the score looks like, folks. Back to bring you with the broadcast booth here, Reagan, to my right producing for me, but to talk about this period, GVSU only got one on the board to open things. It was Jacob Jansen at the 9:37 mark, assisted by Fouché and Lewis. After another wonky one was bouncing in front of the net, it was on the power play. CMU looked, or not power play, excuse me, it was full strength. They looked to be a little bit behind the play on it as they cycled it up to the point from left to right. It was untouched play. No stoppages, no whistles for 8 straight minutes. CMU had a power play they had a lot of chances on. They couldn't capitalize. And the other way, it was Jansen who ripped one from the top of the point to get it past the flood of players to the left and in the back of the net over the blocker of Caleb Woolery. But this Central Michigan team was resilient, and that's something we haven't been able to say in a long time. It was Connor Beamish getting his first goal of the season. Hats off to you, my friend, who's had 8 assists on the year, has worked really hard day in and day out, only 4 penalty minutes on the year, and he gets rewarded finally. A scramble in front. It's on the power play with 2 seconds left. This crew looked a lot more faster. They looked more urgent to the puck. They were getting to their spots and creating hectic in front. Masters was down on his pads. Beamish was the first one to the puck as it was sitting in the slot area, and he, from his feet, whiffed it in off the right of his blade, and it's a 4-1 game. And that's the only score they get out of that one. Gilgren and Robertson get the assist, but that sparked some play that I don't think we've been able to say for a while was really, really good. They were keeping the zone possession time up by creating transitions out of neutral zone, intercepting passes. Andrew Siraki had a really good period. The young sophomore out of Northville created a lot of opportunities at the half walls, winning battles. They won a lot more faceoffs too. They've been really not good at in their own zone, particularly winning in that category, and it's led to scoring chances cycles for the other team. But CMU came out with a sense of urgency, and they made it work. And they went to another power play as the period was expiring. They were able to cycle to the point, get shots on Masters. Bobby Masters has been really good in this game. He's had to have been. He's undefeated this year with a .933 goals against average. If you want the silver lining, this is some play that I don't think I expected out of a 4-0 tail. I don't think anybody expected. This Central team looked down and out. Brendan Martin, and credit to him, head coach, called a timeout midway through that period to settle things down, tell the guys, look, I don't know what he said in that circle, but I guess it's the point of you're in control. It's all about how you manage the tempo and how you cycle up to the point. A much better team for them, a much better period for this team. We'll talk about it more coming out of the break. To get you some out-of-town scoreboards, the Grand Rapids Griffins are at the Belleville Senators today. Right now it is 4-2 Belleville with 17:30 to play in that hockey game. So you can turn into Bob Kazer and Larry Figursky on 1300 Wood Radio and 106.9 FM if you are in the Grand Rapids area where we are, and also see it on AHL TV. The Saginaw Spirit are at the London Knights tonight. 7-5 win versus London on Saturday. Saginaw Spirit are the #1 team in the OHL right now. They've been buzzing on all cylinders. I had a chance to watch a Saginaw Spirit player over the summer play with Lucas Hutton, and he has been lights out. So, check out London Knights and Spirit on 100.5 WSGW for Dylan Clark, and catch it on CHL TV. Meanwhile, the Red Wings are in action against the Ottawa Senators, coming off their dramatic 6-5 overtime loss where San Jose scored 4 unanswered goals, 7 goals in the second period yesterday. It was an absolute slobber knocker of a game, to put it bluntly. So 7 p.m., they looked like they're underway already in that one. So make sure you turn in on 97.1, the ticket for Ken Cal. Is it tomorrow? Wow, folks, I haven't been on it as much today. So yeah, sorry, it's tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow against the Ottawa Senators. Patrick Kane made his Red Wings debut. He looked pretty good in that. So make sure you check out Bally Sports Detroit with Ken Daniels and Mickey Redman. That's going to do it for our coverage of the second period intermission report. CMU with life. They have come to fruition. They've come to play. Let's see if they can keep it up and answer this #1 team in the nation entering the third. We'll be right back with more CMU hockey here on CCHN.
As we bring it back here inside Grist, Georgetown, Central Michigan. And the Grand Valley State Lakers have both made their way back onto the ice. We're just about set for puck drop. The final frame of regulation in Devon. Central Michigan, as you talked about in that intermission report, started to have some life late in that second period. How do you think they keep it going?
Well, I had a chance to talk to Will Rapoon a minute ago. A lot of what they've been doing is getting to their spots. They've been playing within their system well, crashing the net. What they have to do is continue to crash and continue to create traffic, but have a little bit more sense of urgency in front of the net to find the puck first. When you get to those spots, you're screening this goaltender Masters. This should be a 4-3 game right now. They've had look after look. If they have a little more patience, if they look for the first read instead of shooting on the net and trying to beat this goalie straight up, you will get goals. It will happen. You got to stick with it for the last 20 minutes. This is your mark as a team.
Arguably the craziest sequence in that second period was when Connor Morgan fanned on a shot in the slot. It led to a chaotic scramble in front of Bobby Masters, and somehow the Laker netminder was able to keep it out, showcasing why he's the netminder for one of the best teams in the country as this one rolls in on Woolery 25 seconds into period 3. We're underway in the final frame of regulation.
You know what I've noticed on the GV side? They've had 4 different goal scorers tonight, and that's a testament to how deep this roster's been. Every line they've shuffled out here has the potential to carry the puck, to move it on their system. And again, another face-off win where Woolery, who's had to have been really sharp tonight, a lot of goals have not been his fault, is keeping his team in this.
Pulling the puck free from the side of the net was Kamara. He gets it up to the line, but not out. It's held in by Gorno. He shovels it down low. Kamara is able to pick up that puck. It's a battle for it, ensues at the line. Lakers keep it in. It trickles behind the net. Robertson misplayed it. Goes to pick up the loose change, trying to work out. Harassed from behind there by Jake Lamb. Chase Johnson able to work that puck free for CMU. A pass across deflected, but it goes right onto the stick of Robertson, who's up. Look out, he gave it away. Here's Fouché across that line. 2-on-1, lost the puck. May have broken his stick. Indeed, he's broken his stick.
That is really unfortunate.
Chippewas
Here comes
catch.
the other way.
One heck of a break. Now here's Chase Johnson the other way. He gets hooked as he goes into the end boards. That's going to draw a penalty. The hustle from Jace Johnson
and
pays dividends.
Look at him. He can't believe it. Carson Bex is pleading his case in the far corner because he's arguing that he got inside positioning on Jace Johnson to not cause that penalty, work him over, but you saw Jace go crash. Good to see him get up. An opportune time now for this team that, you're right, Rayton, caught a break because Fouché was relentless with his forecheck pressure, and it led to Lewis carrying the puck. And if it wasn't for that broken stick, this might be a straight-on shot, and who knows then. Definitely wouldn't have led to that Chase break.
Yeah, so Chippewas now have a power play again. Bex sent off for a hook. Chippewas are 1 for 4 tonight. They cough the puck up in the offensive end. Look out, it's trickling back. Robertson in a race for the puck there with Mulder, and Robertson able to win that race.
Wait for your numbers. Robertson's going to go lead this in.
He's checked to the outside by Dundas. They go into the corner. Jansen wraps it around to the point, kept in there by Morgan. He waits, he'll tee it up and fire a shot that went up high. There it looked like on Phillips, who tries to clear it out, but he's rubbed out by Beamish to the point. Morgan to the near side, Jace Johnson. Back up to Morgan, capped it into Robertson. Full hold in the right circle. Robertson to the near side, Morgan. Hold, tee it up and fire a shot right along the ice, and Masters made the save. Beamish able to pull that puck free, dropped it to Jace Johnson, intercepted and dumped the length of the ice with 55 seconds to go in the power play.
They did an initial job to work 2 men to 1 deep to the end boards and cycle it back, but a straight-on shot by Morgan. I've said it all night, you're not going to beat Masters straight up. You have to get him moving, and this CMU group needs to move more in the slot area.
Martin throws it around the boards. Nadu to the far side, plopped it into the corner. Schultz battling for it behind the net. Loose puck to Nadu in the right wing corner. Up top for Campbell, slides it rink wide to Martin. Center point. A long shot through traffic. It looked like it hit a body out in front and was deflected wide. Campbell coughed it up. And it'll be sent the length of the ice. 16:50 to go in period 3. 10 seconds to go in the power play for CMU. They look like they're going to go 1 for 5 on the night. Here's Campbell across that line. Penalty has expired. Schultz keeps it at the point, though. CMU still has possession. Campbell centering it out in front. Look out. It was intercepted. Lamb ahead on a nifty feed to Steve Myers. He's in on a breakaway, and he hit the goalpost and the rebound. They score. Noah Fouché puts it home, uncontested on the back door. Woolery was beaten initially by Myers, but he couldn't get to the rebound. It's 5-1 GVSU.
Off that last icing, Robertson is able to work this puck around the end boards. Fouché gets to it first at his own blue line across the way, and this nifty move to catch Christopher Martin flat-footed at the timeline, gets past him, and Robertson doesn't have the hustle. He's behind the play to get up to him. All Fouché has to do is go forehand back in with a nifty move and beat that goaltender and Woolery straight on. That's a tough play and a tough break for Christopher Martin, who really just got beat on the turnover there.
And you talk about how hockey's a game of inches. Look out, a giveaway in the corner. It's worked free by Lewis at the side of the net. He gave a chop to Woolery's glove, and Lewis is getting into it at the at the side of the net with a Chippewa. Luke Vasilovich taking exception for his netminder.
As he should. I mean, he took a late chop there from Lewis, who's no reason to do that. But, yeah, a tough break. And, you know, Fouché's been all over the ice. I mean, he should have had that goal or a goal like that earlier, but his blade broke.
Puck at neutral ice, taken here by Gross. He'll rim it around the boards. Woolery fanned on it behind the net, but the Chippewas luckily are able to get it out. Just over 4 minutes gone. In the final frame of regulation, Central Michigan trailing 5-1 to the top-ranked Grand Valley State Lakers. Bouncing puck at neutral ice. Porzanic tried to poke it ahead to himself. He whacked at it. It's knocked away from him. Bishop has it down low to Porzanic. Vasilovich back to Porzanic. It popped up in the air and will go to the far corner. Phillips in after it, and a penalty. Once again, a roughing call. Who's it going to be on?
It is Lewis. I saw him
It's
in
gonna
the
be
near
Bex
corner.
again,
Get
actually.
into it. Bex get into it with Porzanic, who clutched his right shoulder and took a hard check. Simi's, like you said earlier, 1 for 5 tonight, and real tough look again, giving up that last goal to Fouché on the turnover. I think right now you're momentum building. You're looking for something to take with you if you're not able to come back in this game.
Morgan tees it up and fires. Save Masters. Rebound on the back door. Johnson couldn't put it home. He has been all over the ice tonight, still looking for his first career goal. He already has his first ACHA penalty. He collected in that Florida Gulf Coast series, but he has been all over the ice tonight with some good opportunities for the maroon and gold freshman. Here comes Connor Morgan. Over the line, got tied up, and it's cleared away by Mulder. Good play by GVSU to not allow CMU to get any more than the blue line. Here's Jace Johnson motoring out of his own end, the far side. Weaving his way down into the corner. Loose puck collected by Johnson. Poked it up to Robertson. Left point, a shot deflected multiple times in front of Masters, but the last one had knocked it away. Now here's Mulder back the other way with a backhand shot and a good save there by Woolery. A great shorthanded chance there by GVSU.
Better hustle by Robertson to not give him the inside. Forced him to try and Patrick Kane backhand that one top cheese.
Chippewas trying to move that puck out, but some careless passes.
Yeah, now you see them starting to break down. We talked so much about how they were in system, how they were working pucks in transition. What a lead pass by Robertson.
Nice stretch pass to Campbell. Left it off for Nadeau at the half wall. Centered it out in front to nobody in particular.
Yep.
And the Lakers will take it down the ice. And it's another play where CMU, a careless pass, not looking where you're passing the puck, and
you just don't
ends up hurting you.
They're expecting their team to be to those spots, and you just need to take a second read and go, hey, wait, there isn't an option here. I think that's one of those tough habits that kills this team in goal scoring and just ability to carry the puck and And if you don't carry the puck for most of the time, you're not going to win hockey games. And there's nothing more you can say. You have to take care of the puck more.
Vasiljevic doesn't take care of it there. It's loose in front of Woolery. It comes free to Nielsen, who can't handle it. He's got it in the corner, pressured by Martin. 7 minutes gone in period 3. CMU trailing by 4 to Grand Valley State in the first of 2 games this weekend. It's poked free across to Jensen, ripped it wide, rebound on the far side of the net, cleared away by the Maroon and Gold, but not out. Another shot blocked by Vasiljevic, and he's got the puck up. A pass went off the skate, though, of a Laker, and it bounces around to the blue line now. Gilgren will take it on the pass from Porzonik and dump it in. 12:40 to go in period 3. Nice intercept on the forecheck there by Schultz. He only able to knock it away momentarily before it was fired back out to center ice. Chippewas send it right back in. On the near side, it'll be Nielsen. Bumped up by Schultz. A pass ahead to Walk. Through his wickets, down into the corner. Icing waved off with the tip. Into the corner. Back up to Gorno at the point. Holtwork into the circle. A shot and a save. There by Woolery. He has been very good tonight despite the 5 goals allowed. Woolery has made some good saves when the time is called for it.
Yeah, and GV's only had, I think, 1 goal that's been really just a straight-on one where he's been beat. The most recent, Fouché. The rest of them have been traffic in front, blinding his eyes, not clearing the lanes. And, yeah, you're right. This young goalie, his stats look, buffered because of how much the opposition has scored on this team. But, no, he's played well. A lot of the goals that he's let in have not really been his fault.
We saw that last week at Florida Gulf Coast, a tough weekend for Central Michigan netminders. Combined 16 goals allowed. Now the Lakers once again back in the offensive end. From the left circle, a pass to the near side. Dundas on the back door, couldn't get a stick on it. He's got it along the half wall. Lost it, and Beamish will push it down into the corner defensively. Now look out, a pass in front intended for Chevalier, intercepted by Gilgren. Now the Chippewas come out. Schultz up the right wing. Gain the blue line and dump it in and go off for a change. 8:30 gone in period 3. 5-1 GVSU leads this one. Phillips off the boards at neutral ice. Collected by Steve Myers. Across that line, it centered it for Dundas to the back door. A shot, they put it wide. Right on the back door, it was Justin Chevalier who couldn't put it between the posts.
Wow, so explosive. You just see Chevalier come out of absolutely nowhere. I think he raced from center ice to find that backdoor chance. And that's the thing with this GV team. They're so explosive, Reagan. You think they're going to do one thing, and they come out of nowhere and do another. Look, that's the mark of better teams. They make creative plays.
Here's Matko down the right wing. Into the circle, shot patted away by Woolery. Flashing out that right pad. Backs at the point, kept it in, fed it down low, intercepted by Camara. We'll rip it around the boards. There for Morgan, who's pass out, hit a couple of bodies, and he gets it back, though. We'll just gain the red line and dump it in, negating the icing. Jace Johnson, the lone pursuit man for CMU.
And Morgan's tired. He had to work really hard on that shift to beat out the wingers that were coming up and challenging him at the corner boards and forcing him to make decisions.
We're halfway through this third period. Central Michigan trailing 5-1 to the nation's leading team.
Wow.
And
if
Jace
Johnson could have got through 2 bodies right there, he'd have his first ACHA goal. That's a wide open net to shoot at.
We've talked about how Johnson, as this goes for icing against the Lakers, we've talked about how Johnson's had his good opportunities, but he's also taken his fair share of hits.
Yeah, and that's just what they want to do. That's how they chalked up on paper. They saw a fast, speedy forward that if you can find a way to press the body on him straight up, he can't really get around. And he's a young kid. He'll build size. He'll build physicality as his career goes on. But in the early goings, you're right. He has gotten rocked a few times. Maybe not rocked. That's a harsh way of putting it. He's taking some pressure.
He's taking his hits.
Yeah.
Oh, this goes into the
as any
Grand Valley bench.
Good rookie probably should.
Yeah.
So his character.
Saw him take his rookie lap at Florida Gulf Coast.
Heck, this is way out of left field, but I read an article the other day about how a lot of hockey players nowadays are having a tough time taking hits, and he's learning how to take hits safely. I feel like so many hits today in the NHL and the upper levels are so dangerous because skaters are learning at a young age to be more versatile and mobile and
Look out, right off the face-off. Siraki couldn't put it home. He had a wide-open net on a pass from Nadu. He couldn't finish it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, Siraki, I don't know if he didn't see it or if it was too strong. That should be a goal.
Yeah, puck bounces around it. Neutralized. Siraki's got it. Will backhand it on to Campbell. Campbell to the left circle. A shot saved by Masters. Rebound at the side of the net. It's cleared up and out of play. And, you know, Devin, talking about the physicality, and I think, how much do you think that goes back to the rule changes at the USA hockey level and the younger levels of hockey where they're more emphasizing like body contact, as it's known, rather than like allowing players to hit and learn how to hit correctly?
Yeah, I mean, what you've seen a lot of like boardings and you've seen a lot of like finished checks that are called. I think the byproduct of that is players try to avoid getting to certain spots more. And when you go to the dangerous areas and you do get rocked through, it feels a lot harder because you're not used to taking that kind of check. Didn't they eliminate an icing rule as well, or they added one, no?
Yeah,
on power plays?
They basically made it so that no matter what, you couldn't ice the puck, even if you're on a penalty kill at the younger levels of USA hockey.
So
here's a shot saved by Woolery, and the rebound is cleared to the corner.
I think that forces you to try to sustain a puck, right, for a little longer. And, you know, unfortunately, I mean, you're going to be taught to go chase a guy all day. Not chase a guy to hit him, but just chase the puck. And you're going to see more just collisions like that are awkward and off balance. And yeah, I think they have had an impact on it, and I think you'd like to see the game. There's an unwritten code, right, about the hitting and what it takes to sustain. You know, I mean, there's the argument: should kids be allowed to take checks at the 9-10-year-old age? Should it be later? Because kids nowadays are growing up taking hits. They're starting at age of 13.
Yeah,
like they don't learn to check until they're teenagers.
Yeah, and I think that is sort of a problem. Is you're not spending the time on, especially at the lower levels of hockey, on how to check, rather than emphasizing
and how to keep yourself safe when you take one. I mean, I heard Paul Bissonnette on Spit and Chicklets the other day explain how he took a 3-week course, a 3-week hockey course lesson, on just checking, just hitting, as a kid.
It's a nuanced part of the sport. A lot of people think you just go around and running around, but you got to learn how to take checks safely, not only for the protection of yourself, but also the protection of the other players on the ice. Grand Valley has the puck in their own end. 12 minutes gone in period 3. CMU trailing by 4 to the Lakers, who are the number 1 team in the country. It's part of a 2-game series rounding out a extremely tough month of December for the Maroon and Gold. They started with a 2-game road trip down to Florida Gulf Coast. Look out, a pass ahead to Myers. He works in and a stick save by Woolery. Went off the top half of his stick above his blocker. Catches a break there. Now, Phillips dumps it in. Goes to the corner. It's going to draw a penalty on CMU here. To the bench goes Myers. Or Masters, rather. Phillips has it in the corner. 6-on-5 for the Lakers here with the delayed penalty. A pass out in front comes to the near side. It's controlled by Dundas. Pressured by Jace Johnson. Down the wall. It'll be controlled by Myers. Across to back up top for Myers. Dropped it off for Beck's shot. Saved by Woolery. It goes into the corner. Very long delayed penalty here. Comes back to the point for Beck's. To the wall for Phillips. Across near side to Dundas. Whole work in. Behind the net to Myers. He still controls the puck. Feeding it out in front. It goes off of a body. And the Lakers regain control. Here's Beck's working into the slot. Passes it across. There to Myers. Back up top for Beck's. He's got it in the circle. A shot. He ripped it high. Goes off of the referee in the corner. And it's touched up by Gilgren. And a great chance there for GVSU. But they cannot capitalize on that extended power play.
Yeah, and even though GVSU is up 5-1, guys like Carson Beck's and Josh Phillips, they're frustrated. They're slamming their stick going off the ice because when they get to the cycle and they get to their spots, they are moving so much. And when they move, they have a trailing winger, a trailing forward coming to support them. When they move it from the right side of the ice to the point to the left side, there's always somebody moving. There's always constant support. At CMU, what are they defending? Yeah, they're packing the box in, but they're putting 2 guys on 1 guy, and they're leaving lanes open. I thought that time they should have had more blocked shots. A couple of those got to Woolery. And the reason I bring that up is just to make the point about where their system is, where they're at mentally. I think sometimes they get a little bit flat-footed, and I mean, GV's always just moving. They're always opening up lanes.
And it's going to be a 5-on-3 here, Devin, as two players, Brennan Schultz and Kyle Robertson, have been sent to the penalty box. Christopher Martin now
Tripping and roughing.
tripping, and I'm not sure which one is on
They didn't say that
which
in the order.
player.
I'd assume they put tripping first for Robo and then roughing for Schultz.
It really depends on who you put on. So the Chippewas down to 3 men. The Lakers 5. Tyler Koth, the assistant coach, having a chat with the official, who is not the one that called the penalty, but he's the more experienced of the two. Looks like just in
now
terms of
this
age.
is tough. Let's see what kind of personnel. Christopher Martin, Nathan Bottles, and Kyle Bowerson. So
Lakers have the puck on the power play, a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes. Chevalier at the right point. Across, there to Nielsen. He holds to the near side, too hard for Nielsen in the right wing corner. He's got it along the boards. Up top for Chevalier. Down the wall to Nielsen on the near side. Back up top for Chevalier. Across to Gorno. He's got time and space. Works in a shot blocked by Bowerson, but Chevalier scoops up the loose puck. Down the wall. 1:30 to go on the power play. Across to the near side, Nielsen. Behind the net. It's taken there by Myers. That's Steve Myers. Out in front for Gorno. He's got time, and he lets a shot go, and it's gobbled up there by Woolery. A good save there by the netminder.
yeah, Nielsen just encouraging his teammates. As I think Gorno had probably the best look out of any GVSU player. CMU doing all you can on a 5-on-3, which is really just pack those near tight posts, try and force them to move the puck more, and they did. But you still have 1:18 left of this relentless pressure.
5-on-3. The Chippewas have not been able to get possession on this penalty kill, let alone clear it. Jansen, near side, across to Fouché. Hold top of the left circle. Near side Jansen once more. Across to Fouché in the circle to the near side that got knocked away on the intended pass for Skymera. It comes behind the net.
Great work by Nadu that time, Reagan.
1 minute to go in the 5-on-3. It comes down the wall. Lakers still have control. Snaps it to the near side. Skymera out in front. Couldn't connect there with Mulder. Lakers still have it. Fouché. Near side Jansen. Hold. Hot center point. The right circle. Skymera fed it out in front and a good shot. Saved there by Woolery as he's pushed the net off its moorings with 39 seconds to go in the 5-on-3.
Yeah, the reason I bring up Nadu, too, is he didn't just get in the pass lane of that interception. He cleared the switch with Bowerson and said to him, hey, go up to the point, go switch your man to the D. Now you've got a chance where they want to pass it, and Nadu's backing up to the net, and he's able to get in that passing lane without GVSU realizing it.
Draw won by the Chippewas. They can't get it out, though, as it was blocked. Lakers still have possession. 35 to go in the 5-on-3. Lakers have it. It's Lewis. Back up top to the near side, Fouché. Into the circle. Across. One-timer. Broke his stick. Now the Skymera centered it. High point. Near side, Fouché has it. Along the boards. Worked it up top. A shot. Saved by Woolery. Jacob Jansen walked into the left circle. And a great save there by Woolery with 13 seconds to go on the 5-on-3.
And Woolery stands him up. That time, Bowerson and Martin did a good job of really letting him take it on because they knew, hey, look, we've got the corner post covered. You see Martin, hey, back up, telling Bowerson, get ready for that one-timer, and you see the unfortunate broken stick that time by Myers. How many sticks had GVSU broken on? I've counted like 4 or 5 now. Just really unfortunate stuff for the Lakers.
Has it at the point. Throws it down the wall. Lakers have it out in front. Nifty move, and they score. Oh, my goodness. 5 seconds to go. Looked like it might have gone off a Chippewa out in front. That was such a good penalty kill.
That was great. I mean, Jake Lamb doesn't get credit with the goal. I think it actually went off his skate blade, Reagan, after it was redirected by a Chippewa. That one started by Brandon Nielsen. Worked the face-off win over from right to left and put this one close to the net. And you're right, that one shouldn't have even had a chance of scoring. But, oh my goodness, 5 seconds left. And GVSU, that's that ever so critical 5-goal lead. And Do you want to inform our viewers of the importance of that?
Yeah, the 5-goal lead in the ACHA is Lamb is going to go off for a penalty here. My guess is he was pointing at a couple of Chippewas behind the net in the aftermath of that goal. And so he's been sent off, joining the two backup Laker netminders in Aiden Jordan and Ryan Price in the sin bin. But that 5-goal lead, as Devin mentioned, is critical to the ACHA standings. It almost counts as a double win at this point, should the 5-goal lead hold.
Yeah, look, it's been a better final 2 periods for CMU. I thought, they actually won the second period. They were the better team. Each team only got 1 goal, and they were in system, creating redirections in front, banging away. Their goal was scrappy. It was dirty. And if Brendan Martin had a perfect world in this team, they would have more goals like that. But you see, eventually GVSU they're so fast, so speedy. I mean, look at how they carry this even deep to the zone.
Now the Chippewas on the power play here. 150. The music is still playing.
Yeah, they really got to fix
Scores
that.
table has not shut off the music yet. Chippewas on the power play for another 140.
That's unprecedented. I mean, they're having a dance party on the GVSU bench.
Meanwhile, the Chippewas are still on the power players. They finally shut off the music. It's
one of the GVSU assistant coaches walked over there. He's like, guys, what are we doing?
Here's Myers up the left wing. He gets hauled down by Robertson. That's going to be a penalty.
Oh, I wouldn't even call that a haul. That was
it's a trip.
That's a Robertson's so unfortunate. He's switching. Reagan, he's switching his body.
Yeah.
Forward skating to backward. And it just happens to catch him. Yeah, I can't even knock Robo for that.
You can't knock him for it, but it's still a trip. I would have been surprised had referee's not called that, so we'll be 4-on-4 for the next 122.
And that puts CMU at what? 1 for 7?
3 in this period. Yeah, 1 for 7.
Okay. Yeah, just unfortunate, but it wouldn't be a long power play, so.
Off the tie-up, Mulder goes behind the net for the Lakers. 1:15 on the 4-on-4 left. Here's Gorno off the wall. Bowerson will move out for CMU. Haven't seen him a lot this season, Devin, but Bowerson, the junior, in his first season of Chippewa Club hockey. 56 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. The Lakers will hold behind their own net. My guess is on sportsmanlike conduct. They announce it as a misconduct, which that can't be the case.
I wouldn't say they're working overtime in that press stand, but hey, who are we to judge?
Indeed. 30 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. It's Fat out in front of Woolery. Bouncing puck. Campbell can't keep it in. Gorno, high slot, fed it down the wall. Loose puck to the corner. It's backhanded out in front by Mulder, and the Chippewas are able to dump it down the ice, but icing will be the call with 17 seconds to go in the 4-on-4.
And look, I think the hardest word to say is right now, at times this team goes through the motions. Porzonnik is flipping this puck up the wall. I'm assuming Campbell's going to pick him up at the wall, but he doesn't. Campbell goes straight on, and there's so many times where Simi makes these passes, and they're not looking. They're kind of hoping that someone's going to be there. And look, that's a really tough place to be as a hockey team. You've only scored 3 goals to the opposition's, 22 now.
Yep.
They've had scored on them. This team's got to find an identity, and I don't want this to be their identity because I don't think it is, but it's not always, it's not what they're known for. This is not what Brendan Martin wants to coach through them.
A bit of a scrum ensues, though it's dissipated about as quickly as it formed.
That's going to leave 1 second on the 4-on-4 before GVSU goes back to the power play.
Well, actually, Phillips is going to go to the box here.
Okay, wow. Okay, never mind.
For a slash.
Yeah, so with 2:43 left, it's a 5-goal lead. Things are getting a little just scrappy here and there.
Yeah.
So that'll negate that.
17-17, the time of the penalty. So Phillips to the box. It is 4-on-3. It will be 4-on-4 for a second. And unfortunately for CMU, this is going to be a 1-second power play. It will count against the record. It will go for 1 second. Stat gods are cruel.
Aren't they?
Trouble be to the right of Masters here. Won by the Chippewas. They've got the puck. Kielb worked it free for Bottles. He has it, feeding it on goal. Save, rebound in front of Masters, and it's cleared to the corner with 1:50 to go in the GVSU penalty. 30 seconds to go, roughly, on the 4-on-4. Messina trying to get it out. He coughed it up, though, and it'll be controlled here by Mulder. Mulder will play it. Look out. He gave it away. Bottles intercepted the pass. In a shot blockered away there by Masters.
Wow. That's one of Masters' best saves tonight. We haven't given this goalie enough credit, Reagan. He is as good as advertised. More times than not.
Robertson hops out of the box. We are back to a power play for CMU. 4-on-4 has ended. We clear to the far corner where GV will dump it down the ice. 1:05 to go in the power play for CMU, and 1:42 to go in regulation. A miscommunication behind the net. They give it away. A pass out in front for Dundas. Couldn't handle it. He's got on the backhand. Looking for a pass short-handed. It'll just feed it back to his own blue line where Jansen will hold. 90 seconds to go in regulation. Myers will tip this into the offensive end. 44 seconds to go here in the power play for CMU. They have not been able to get anything going here tonight. Gilgrim will take it and wind it around the boards. 28 seconds to go in the power play. Robertson chips it down the boards. It bounces free into the corner. Chasing after it there is Jansen for the Lakers along with Gilgren and Beamish. Beamish pulls it free for CMU. Behind the net, tries the wraparound stuff, and Masters will hold on, and Gilgren, it's tied up there with Jansen.
Hey, you know what? Credit this team, CMU, for not getting into post-whistle scrums. I know things haven't gone their way, but this team doesn't take a lot of fights. They don't take a lot of aggression. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's bad, but they don't give themselves inopportune penalties as much as we saw the first 4 or 5 games of the year when they were racking up some unsportsmanlike late in games for referees, and a lot of them just verbal.
Chippewas have the puck on the power play. Robertson, high slot, a shot through traffic, went wide. Power play is over. Morgan, right point, a shot, cleared the face of goal. Jace Johnson has it along the half wall, putting it down low. 35 to go in the game. Jace Johnson gave it away. Look out, Steve Myers has the puck for GVSU. Tried to make a nifty move around Robertson, but he lost the puck, and Jace Johnson does a little skip and a jump to get around the check of Nielsen. Here's Bishop cutting through neutral zone. Over the line, lost the puck. Nielsen picks it up. He's got it in the defensive end for GVSU with 6 seconds to go. Puck is free. Nielsen has it once again. He'll pin it up against the boards. Take the late check there from Jace Johnson. And the game has come to an end, not without a bit of a scrum in the corner now. CMU has to be careful. The players have come on the bench here as there's a scrum in the corner. Jace Johnson went into it. Gave a little bit of a shove in the corner.
That's
but
Jake Bishop over there, too. Now they'll settle things down.
They have settled things down. GVSU knocks off Central Michigan 6-1, the final of the postgame show. A brief one for you when we come back. CMU falls to GVSU 6-1, the final from Georgetown. back here inside Griff's Georgetown. Central Michigan falling by a final score of 6-1. As Devin Sarah rejoins me here inside the booth. It's a tough loss for Central Michigan, their third straight after dropping those 2 games to Florida Gulf Coast. But a couple of bright spots, but we got to get to the little bit of negative stuff first. They started the game, it hurt. Nielsen got GVSU going 3:56 in, and it seemed like GVSU controlled from the outset.
Oh, for sure. They scored 3 goals in the opening period because they were really relentless on their forecheck. They got a power play goal to start things off, and it was just a matter of making the right reads at the right time. You see them as a systemic unit, able to work it up the boards, 3 men deep, and a lot of their goals were dirty tonight. They weren't beating Woolery straight on. They were getting traffic in front of the lanes, able to open up and get second chance opportunities, and CMU got caught flat-footed in the slot area a lot tonight. They had a tough time playing pucks out until the second period, and that's when they started finally winning, at least evening the game up. It was 2-2, or it was 1-1 after the second period. You count out those 3 goals by GV in the first. But you're right, Grand Valley protected their home ice. They played in their system. They looked like the #1 team in the nation tonight.
Yeah, they did, and they played a very, very good hockey game tonight. As you said, Nielsen got things going at the 3:56 mark. They then scored another 3 before Connor Beamish got his first of the season and first in a D3 Chippewa uniform of a nice scramble out in front.
Yeah, good on him. You know, he's had 8 assists this year. He's worked so hard. When CMU's, for the lack of goal scoring they've had, gotten it, he's been a benefactor in a lot of those. Another scrappy one that goes from left to right on the power play. They had a really successful power play. A lot of chances tonight. I think they went 1 for 8 total tonight. And they got some good looks, and this time they got Masters down on his pads, and Beamish was in the right place, right time to shovel it past his right side and get it in the right post. It's a confident goal for him, and I'm proud of the way he worked hard. And shout out to Josh Gogren and Kyle Robertson assisting on that one.
Yeah, so the only tally tonight coming from Connor Beamish, but CMU came oh so close to getting a second one in that second period. It looked like at that point CMU came out of that second period 4-1. If they come into this third period 4-2, it changes the whole script of the game, and they almost got within 2 with Connor Morgan fanning on a shot in the slot. It looked like it was bad news for the Chippewas, but it continued to roll in on Masters. He was down and out, and I don't know how, but he kept that puck out of the net.
Hey, look, Masters played well tonight. For the looks he got, he beat CMU a lot of times straight on, lack thereof. He was really good on his feet. A lot of blocker saves tonight, a lot of scoops and stoppages and forcing whistles, and CMU continues to be a team that cannot win faceoffs more times than not, and it bites them when in transition. I said tonight they had to limit GVSU's transition game, and I thought the second period, Central got to their system. They carried the puck. They had a unit and a forecheck working that cycled well and got shots, but eventually GVSU's relentless forecheck with a lot of different goal scorers overpowered them.
Indeed, and it did end up overpowering the Chippewas as they would fall 6-1, the final score tonight from Griff's Georgetown. Taking a look at our impact players, Nathan Bottles and Jay Nadeau, along with the Myers brothers. Devin, how they do tonight?
Well, Jack Myers had himself a goal tonight, and a pretty nice one. It was down the slot area. He was able to beat Woolery clean on for the clean look he did get when CMU wasn't clogging the lane. As for his brother Steve, I think he got 2 assists on the night, so they did their thing. They were all over. And what really impressed me is their creativity, able to give good support on the back end, not just goal scorers. They really work the wingers in the corners. They're very smart, intuitive, at getting to the right spots. They know how to play the game the right way. They led this team in ways that deservedly so should be 13-0 and continue to be #1. And look, you know, among all things about our players to watch on Jay Nadeau and Bottles, I said tonight that Bottles was going to have to be a good distributor of the puck. I thought he was for the most part, but it just did not crack open. And you know, for Jay Nadeau, he had his looks. He had a couple shots on the net where there was one in particular with him and Connor Beamish, if you remember, getting a transition, a turnover, a neutral zone. He just couldn't beat Masters. He roofed it over the top left corner and oh so close. A good game, but the CMU team continues to not find a way to score.
Yeah, the struggles continue, especially on the offense for Central Michigan, and that penalty kill once again hampers them. They now fall to 0-7 0-1 when they have allowed a power play goal. They continue to struggle on that penalty kill, and it's a pretty darn good indication of how this team is going to do, is how good their penalty kill is going to do tonight. Speaking of which, they were 2 for 4 on the penalty kill tonight. 2 power play goals for Grand Valley State. Yet another game consecutively where they allow multiple power play goals.
But look at this, though. They only took 4 penalties. 2 of those were really late in this game. So you look at the things, GV was nearly perfect, but it wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
And that's something we haven't been able to say in recent weeks when they've been taking the likes of 7, 8, 9 penalties in a game.
Yeah, and it's been such a long time since Central Michigan has had more power play opportunities than their opponent, and then that especially wasn't the case down in Florida Gulf Coast. Both teams did their fair share of racking up penalty minutes. Taking a look at our keys to the game, Devin, you had a stout penalty kill. You also had limit the GVSU transitions and play loose, enjoy the chance. How'd they do?
I think the first 2 can say they were wins at times. The second period, I've said before, was they won it. They won the second period. They were relentless. They were fast. They played the GV's tempo, and they kept things at 5-on-5 without stoppages. With that being said, I thought at times they played, if it wasn't tight, a little sloppy. They had a lot of bad passes late in the game. They gave the puck up a whole bunch where all GV had to do was rim it around the boards and get a cycle, and boom, there's 2, 3, 4 shots on the goal. They get out of transition and they miss passes. Look, the point is this team is, they can't score right now. And for worse parts, they're lacking identity. But you have to think that they're still enjoying the company of each other. They're keeping things light on the bench. They're not getting into post-whistle scrums other than, Jake Bishop and Chase Johnson at the end of this game getting into a little verbal conversation. They're not showing signs of that. They're sticking together. They're walking off the ice together. They're fist bumping. There's no give up in this team. They're just not playing to their might. And we know how good this team can be. We've seen the likes of Andrew Porzonik and Bottles put up goals, a lot of goals in a season. But they're lacking that ability to score right now, and it's really hurting them. But credit to GVSU for all they did tonight.
Yeah, and that talk about that lack of scoring. Only 3 goals in the last 3 games for Central Michigan to 22 for their opponents. Taking a look at our 3 stars of the game. Third star is Noah Fouché with a couple of assists tonight. Then Blake Masters, who had a phenomenal, or Bobby Masters rather, who had a phenomenal night tonight, kept his team ahead multiple times, including a couple of dandies saves down the stretch. In the first star of the game, Nielsen, Braden Nielsen, got the first goal of the game, got things rolling for Grand Valley State. So you got Fouché, Masters, and Nielsen, your 3 stars tonight. Taking a look ahead on the schedule, Central Michigan falls to 6-8-2-1. Grand Valley improves to 13-0. How does Central Michigan turn around for the puck drop tomorrow?
I think they have to look at how the second period went and realize how much better they were on the power play than recent games. They really worked hard for getting guys like Jace Johnson on the ice, getting minutes. Owen Campo did carry the puck well at times. They distributed it to the slot area and they got the dangerous chances, but they just couldn't beat Masters. Sometimes the puck would flip over their twig. Other times there'd be a guy blocking a shot. They got the puck to the deep area. They just could not finish, and they had a tough end of this game, allowing 2 more goals and really letting GV take control back. But you have to look at the second. You have to go back on the film, say there were chances where this game was 1-1. You clean out the first and third period. You were even on it. They can beat this team. They can win games. And I say that because I've seen them play at their best. They played one of their best periods all year in the second. You look at that film. You take it with you tomorrow. You create sustained forecheck. You'll be better on the power play. You'll have a chance. And that's all you can ask for at taking down the number 1 team.
And we'll see how we do tomorrow. 7:30 puck drop time. 7:05 the scheduled broadcast from Martin Ice Arena. Devin will have the play-by-play. I'll have the color on that one for you. So it's final look at some out-of-town scoreboards. Michigan and Ferris State in action tonight. Oakland, Michigan, Flint, Northwood at Davenport. No scores, but you can keep an eye on the ACHA Division III Twitter page for that. The Griffins fall to Belleville tonight, 5-2. From OAA Arena in Belleville. They'll be in action tomorrow for the second of two games in 3 consecutive days. They finish out the weekend on Sunday against Toronto. You can listen to all those games on Wood Radio 1300, 106.9 FM, and watch them on AHL TV. The Spirit fall tonight 7-3, almost a mirror flip of what happened a weekend ago. Spirit won 7-2 last Saturday. They lose 7-3 tonight against the London Knights. Red Wings in action tomorrow against Ottawa at 7 p.m. You can watch that on Bally Sports Detroit. Before we head out, we'd like to thank Grand Valley State coach Dylan Knox. Helped us get set up here, along with giving us pronunciation guides for his team, and Griff's Georgetown general manager Mike Hitkowski giving us the permission to set up here from our perch on the East Rink. Our next broadcast is tomorrow at 7:10. Until then, my name is Reagan Cleaves. For my broadcast partner, Devin Sarah. Yeah, I thought it was going to leave me hanging there for a second.
Hey, if we don't see y'all again, too, Merry Christmas. I'll be wearing this tie tomorrow. You better be.
I'll be wearing a different Christmas tie.
Oh, you got more?
Yeah,
really?
I got more. I've got like 5 Christmas ties.
Oh, kidding. Well,
Yeah.
I like the Club Penguin guitar look you had with this one.
It is what it is.
Can you give us a sneak peek what it's going to look like?
One of 3 options.
Okay. What are we talking snow globes? We talking Santa Claus?
I've got the option of Christmas lights, Santa Claus, or gingerbread men.
Oh.
Y'all will see what I have in store tomorrow.
I know what I want, but you're going to make me hungry with the pick I want. So I should be eating more.
Well,
anyway,
I'll see if I can get some gingerbread in there for you.
Okay.
So
maybe we'll bring some real gingerbread,
yeah,
huh?
Maybe.
Huh? If you're listening to this and you're coming tomorrow, slide me some cookies. I need to fill up.
I certainly
it's
don't
tough
need
economic times. We got to save a lot of money here.
Yeah, well, until
Generous
then,
gifts.
7 p.m. Pregame show tomorrow. Until then, my name is Reagan Cleaves for Devin Sarah saying so long. For everybody else here at CCHN, as Central Michigan falls 6-1 to the Grand Valley State Lakers. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night, everybody.